Miners is on the mound tonight for Sussex County. Very quickly, your player to watch in the Miners lineup.
Yeah, Oraj Anu back in the 4-hole. He was hitting a little bit further down the lineup in game 1. Had 3 hits in that game, including a home run. Got another base knock yesterday. And this Miners team, they just need a hit up and down the lineup. And in the heart of the order, Oraj Anu has a chance to be quite the spark plug for their offense. He's been hot lately.
On the other side for Evansville, Noah Myers, the left fielder, leads things off for the Otters. Ethan Skinner bats second at play. Second base, Dakota Phillips batting third and DHing. Jeffrey Baez in the cleanup spot playing right field. Cody Quiggle bats fifth and plays center field. Jomar Reyes, now a Otters high 13-game hit streak, batting sixth, playing third base. Bottom three in the lineup, George Khalil batting seventh and playing shortstop. Aaron Beck batting eighth and playing first base. And Jake Green catching and batting ninth. Austin Gossman, the former USI Screaming Eagle in his third year as an Otter, makes the start this evening for Evansville. We'll break for the national anthem. First pitch on the other side in this series decider between Sussex County and Evansville. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and watching on FloSports. Back at Bosse Field, the national anthem performed by Adam Lauer today. It's the Otters and the Miners almost set to play. Austin Gossman getting the start for Evansville today. The third-year Otter has made 6 starts on the season, a 4.13 ERA, 2 quality outings. He's 3-1 overall in just under 33 innings pitched. Gossman, when pitching, the Otters are 3-3 against them. The thing that stands out to me for Gossman, when you look at his numbers at home, he's 3-0 with an ERA under 3. On the road, and also 3 appearances in ERA over 5.
That's a great point, Griffin. And Gossman, a guy who's really familiar with Evansville. You can just tell how comfortable he is here at Bosse Field. He's played a couple years for the Otters now, and he appeared here a few times in some college games as well. But Bosse Field certainly home for Austin Gossman, and we'll see if he's got it here again tonight.
He will face Sussex County's lineup that struggled yesterday. The Miners mustered just 5 hits, just 1 walk, struck out 11 times, and no runs. Around Gossman on the diamond today, Jake Green catching for Gossman. This is the 5th time these two have been the pitcher-catcher battery this season. Aaron Beck is at first base, Ethan Skinner at second, George Khalil at short, and Jomar Reyes at third. The outfield, typical Otters as well, with Noah Myers in left, Kona Quiggle in center, and Jeffrey Baez in right field at the 2nd career start for Aaron Beck, the Evansville native, at first base. It's been a mostly cloudy day here in River City, but the sun is peeking out from behind the clouds at the moment, with shadows in between the mound and home plate. 77 degrees with some humidity, make it feel a little bit warmer. Not much wind, just 7 miles per hour blowing straight in from center field. Our umpires, Brad Wilson at home plate, Clark Morgan at first, and Reed Hoover at third base. Big crowd on this Thursday night. It's Margaritaville night at the ballpark, as well as a Thirsty Thursday. A great crowd on hand to watch a big game between two teams that could, if one wins by the end of the night, be in first place in their own division. Edwin Mateo, lefty right fielder, will lead things up for the Miners. Austin Gossman is ready on the right side of the bump. And we're ready for some Thursday afternoon important baseball. Gossman comes home. A first pitch strike at the knees to Mateo, 0-1. Gossman looking into the sun. Kicks and throws. Swing and a miss by Mateo. The breaking ball. 0-2. What are you looking for here, Lucas, today from Gossman to show that he's off to a good start? Gossman comes home. Outside 1-2.
Yeah, I think it's just commanding his pitches. He didn't have any walks in his last outing, and when his stuff is there, it certainly has been at home. He just trusts that defense behind him and gets the job done.
Mateo swings with the 1-2 and pops it up into center field. Quiggle running in, coming in a few more steps under it. Makes the grab, one away. The sunglasses on to help shield him from the sun. Mateo flies out to start the game. You'll see a 4-pitch mix from Gossman. Fastball, sinker, cutter, and slider. He's not going to throw super hard. Just 5'10" and 190 pounds. He's not an imposing force at the mound, but a high IQ and analytical pitcher. Joanna Harris comes to the plate with 1 out and nobody on here in the top of the first. Gossman fires home. A breaking ball on the inside corner of the plate for a strike. Miners shut out yesterday. Swing and a miss by Mateo, 0-2. Part of all low-scoring games in this series. 5-3, the final on Friday, though the Otters were on Tuesday. The Otters were a strike away from winning it 3-2, but the Miners launched a rather improbable rally to come from behind and win the opener. And then it was all Otters yesterday in a 4-0 win. The 0-2, right down the middle for strike 3. Harris left looking. Gossman, his first strikeout of the day. It's looking.
And I think you said it best, Griffin, when you said just a really analytical pitcher. I mean, a guy who pitched 7 years of college baseball, ended with Southern Indiana here in Evansville when they were still D2, and he just really seemed to get better every single year his whole career so far. And it's a sign of a guy that just loves to perfect his craft.
Kevin Stupinski, DH, also lefty batting. Into the batter's box and watches the first pitch inside for a ball from Gossman. Kick and a throw home. Stupinski takes a strike on the outside half. Otters are in themed jerseys tonight, Margaritaville jerseys. Light blue with, honestly, needed to take a closer look with of exactly all the different Margarita themed things on their jerseys. Stupinski swings and lines one into center field. It's down for a base hit. Kevin Stupinski with the first hit of the day for the Miners. A line drive into center. What do we got? We got beach on the Otters jerseys, a boat, a palm trees. On a beautiful light blue color with Otters written in white across the chest and white numerals. Cool uniforms, though. From a distance, I also think they look a little bit like pajamas. But maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, same baby blue color as the triplets jerseys we've seen them wear. A little bit of a Hawaiian shirt theme to them.
Yeah, with the scattered logos. Certainly has that Hawaiian theme. Oraj Anu, the batter, swings and misses the first pitch he sees. Stupinski at first with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Gossman delivers. Anu swings and misses again, 0-2. Miners are in black tops today with the gold M, gold numerals on the back. Black helmet, gray pants with gold piping. Black socks and black shoes. These were the uniform the Miners wore on Tuesday in their win. Gossman twirls home. Outside 1-2. Sun is disappearing back beyond the clouds. Mostly overcast skies today. Starting to heat up and feel a lot more like summer with yesterday the first official day of summer. Gossman delivers home. Anu strokes it foul and over the roof of the concourse and out of play. Have a really great crowd here tonight. Stands are really filling up. Big crowd out on the Corona patio and right in center field as well. Otters finishing up this 6-game homestand. 1-2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good at bat here so far by Anu. Swings and misses at a couple of really good pitches to start off, but being selective now, fouling some pitches off, and if you're the Miners and you have a runner on, this is the guy you want up as of late.
Kicks the throws. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Gossman painting the corner for his second strikeout looking in the first, and he works around a base hit for a scoreless first inning. No score on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports. Back at Bosse Field for the bottom of the first inning. No score, and Griffin Baker, the lefty ace, out on the mound for the Miners. What a season so far for Baker. 7 appearances, 6 starts. He's 3-2 on the year in 40 innings pitched, a 2.90 ERA, and he's pitching the best baseball of his career. 4 straight quality starts. He's gone at least 7 innings in all 4, and 3 of the 4 has allowed 2 runs or less. Lanky lefty with a big black colored afro and posing force on the mound, and he's going to be a tough task today for the Otters.
Yeah, a guy who has just seemed to get better as the season's gone on, and actually threw a complete game against the New York Bowlers on June 4th. He's well capable of going deep into his starts. A little bit different than the last 2 starters we've seen from the Miners in that regard, and like Griffin said, at least 7 innings in his last 4 starts. Should be a really good showdown here tonight.
Around him on the diamond, Elvis Lopez catching Juan Santana at first, Will Zimmerman at second, Willie Escala at short, Abraham Mao at third. In the outfield, Orhaj Anu in left, Juan Harris in center, and Edwin Mateo in right. Noah Myers ready in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch home from Baker is low for a ball. Otters have struggled mightily against lefty starters this year. They're just 4-7 when facing lefty starters. They had lost 5 in a row. The 1-0 by Myers is swung on and driven into center. It's a blooper, falling fast, shortstop Escala making the catch as he dives over backwards into the center field grass. A leaping grab by Willie Escala on a dying blooper in center field. What a way to start the game for the Miners defense.
Yeah, how about that play? A team that struggles in the field at times, but Escala, a ball that you really looked like the whole way was going to get down, didn't give up on it, makes his way out into shallow center and turns over his left shoulder to make a really nice grab.
Pitch home to Ethan Skinder is low for a ball. 1 out and nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Baker on the far left side of the rubber. Southpaw comes home and Skinder takes it inside. With the 4-7 record against lefties. Had lost 5 in a row until winning at Windy City against a lefty pitcher. And all 4 times they've been shut out this season, it was against a lefty starter. Trying to turn that around here today against a very good pitcher. The 2-0 is low 3-0. What have you seen, Lucas, that has been part of the issue for the Otters against lefty pitchers this year? Obviously, they have a large number of lefty batters in the lineup day to day.
Yeah, I'd say one big thing with this Otters team is just that hitting is really contagious.
The Skinder takes low, and that's ball 4. So Skinder works a 1-out walk.
And you've just got a few guys in this lineup that struggle mightily against left-handed hitters. And like I said, when you're a team that's really relies on just contagious hitting, I mean, it seems like when one guy hits, they all hit, but there's also days where no one hits. And if the top of your lineup is struggling against left-handed hitters, not necessarily picking the ball up well out of their hands, then you've kind of got a recipe for disaster if there's no hitting to work off of for the rest of your lineup.
So Skinder at first brings up Dakota Phillips. Skinder goes, ball in the dirt, late being picked up by Lopez, and Skinder dives in safely to second without a throw. Lopez couldn't find the ball in the dirt for a second. Rushed a little bit with Skinder taking off early, and it's the 8th stolen base of the season for Ethan Skinder. He's got dirt now all over his Margaritaville-themed jersey. But he's in scoring position. The 1-0 to Phillips, swing and a miss, 1-1.
That's right. They're auctioning the jerseys off and giving them away after the game. Someone's going to get a pretty dirty one from Ethan Skinder.
I was about to say, is the auction price going to go up because it has dirt on it, or does it go down? 1-1 to Phillips. Checked his swing on a ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The dirt means it probably requires some cleaning before it can be worn, though it probably, all the players' jerseys should be clean because they'll all be sweaty and quite gross. 2-1 by Phillips, swing and a miss on a breaking ball, 2-2. But it also shows some character that it was played in and was well involved in the game. Baker with a black glove, high set as he peeks back at Skinder, who takes off to third, pitches low, throw down to third, is not in time. Skinder with a stolen base of third. Got a great jump, and Lopez's throw was to the left of the bag, opposite of where Skinder was diving in. The jersey is even more covered in dirt, and Skinder is 90 feet away.
Yeah, and you see Baker telling his teammates, my bad there. He was one looking each time, and Skinder picked up on that pretty quickly.
Payoff is swung on, driven down the right field line, a fair ball. Rolling into the Otters bullpen, Skinder will score. Phillips sliding into second safely with a double. RBI double for Dakota Phillips, and the Otters strike first in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and one thing we've talked about with Dakota Phillips this series is his ability to hit low pitches. You've got a lot of guys in this minor staff that just live low, and Dakota Phillips, a ball out and down away from him. He goes down and gets it, surprisingly pulls it down the line. Probably just trying to pull a ball to drive the runner in, but puts really solid contact on it down the line.
Jeffrey Baez comes to the plate with 1 out. And Phillips at second. It takes a first pitch inside. This is a great start for the Otters. Facing a lefty ace does not seem like a recipe for success, but the Otters getting to him early. 1-0 home. Baez pops it up behind home plate and out of play.
Yeah, and they had that walk to Skinder, and we saw in game 1 of the series, Otters left 11 men on base, and you don't always know how many hits you're going to get, especially against a Sussex County team that's been so tough on the mound, and they make the most out of an early walk. Skinder steals 2 bases, and Phillips gets the job done.
1-1. Bouncing in the dirt away from Lopez. Phillips down to third, safely in front of the tag. That was a close play over at third base. Phillips is not the fastest runner. Lopez did a good job getting to the ball as it rolled towards the edge of the dirt behind home plate. Now Phillips is 90 feet away, and he's doing some groundskeeping around third base as he picked up a lot of dirt on his slide in.
And Lopez is learning quickly that if you're playing an Andy McCulley coach team, you better be on your toes as a catcher.
Kick and a throw. Baez swings, grounds one right to the third baseman. Mao looks back. Phillips at third, throws to first in time for the second out. Great job by Mao at third. Saves a run, gets it out, and there's two away.
Yeah, we've seen Mao make a handful of impressive plays throughout this series, and Miners play in when they've got a runner on third and less than 2 outs. Really hard hit ball by Baez that's almost you'd always expect to get through, but Mao just works down to his left, stabs it, and makes a really good play.
Pickle to the plate. Kona takes the first pitch strike on the outer third. Another lefty batter. Otters have 4 lefties in the lineup today, facing the lefty pitcher. Phillips at third as the Otters have taken a 1-0 lead here in the bottom half. A 1 fouled away.
Over at the ball brought to you by AS Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
RBI double by Dakota Phillips, giving the Otters the lead here in the bottom of the first. Baker a high set. Winds and delivers. Swing and a miss by Phillips. Chased the slider, and Baker the strikeout to end the inning. The Otters, though, an RBI double by Dakota Phillips gives them a 1-0 lead through 1 on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
There goes Big Red Jordan Fisher. Want to grab another beatbox. Great to have him here at the ballpark tonight. He's here with the C. Tucker Group. Great to have Big Red Jordan Fisher here. Team McClintock is in left field. Let's give Team McClintock a big round of applause and welcome to Bossy Field. About 80 of them in the left field tent with a great view of the outfield ballpark. Say hello to the Big Cats corner. In section 1, make some noise. Show a couple of beatboxes there on a Thirsty Thursday evening. Enjoy. Great to have you with us on another Budweiser Thirsty Thursday in Margaritaville night.
Frontier League Baseball on Flow Sports is brought to you by Budweiser. It is a Budweiser Thirsty Thursday here at Bossy Field. A big crowd enjoying an early lead for the Otters. They lead 1-0 through 1 inning. Austin Gossman back out to work at the top of the second against Abraham Mao. Ready batter. Gossman twirls home and now takes the first pitch breaking ball for a strike. Gossman keeping the mustache on. A new look for him midway through this season. The 0-1. He is low 1-1. Gossman, the day after struggling in a start at Joliet at the start of the month, showed up the next morning on the bus with a mustache, starting to grow. The 1-1, inside 2-1, and he's let it grow out a little bit more, maintained it well, and he's on back-to-back solid starts from the win here at home against Tri-City 2 weeks ago, and then a 6th-inning performance against Windy City last week and allowed just 2 runs. The mustache is working. 1-2 inside, and now just gets the hands out of the way to avoid being hit. 2-2. Gausman twirls home and now fouls it off the thigh of Jake Green, who's limping a little bit behind home plate. No, Jake Green seems to somehow always get so beat up as a catcher, but it just kind of fits his role on this team.
Yeah, just a really blue-collared guy who is going to give you 110% no matter the situation. And catchers from this Otters staff have taken a beating this year, but they are some very tough men.
2-2, outside and a full count. Justin Felix has been on the IL the last couple of weeks for the Otters. His injury was not actually from catching. It wasn't even from a game. He got hit during a live BP session on the hand. Payoff home. Mao swings and chops one left side. Reyes is there, throws across the diamond. One hopper scooped off the dirt by Beck, and he stays on the bag for the first out of the inning. Reyes bided his time at third, didn't charge, and a throw a little bit to the right of the first base bag, but the lanky 6'6" frame of Aaron Beck able to make this stretch and pick it one up off the dirt.
Yeah, that's a really tough hop because it was right around the lip of where the grass and the dirt meet for Aaron Beck, but he's been so tough defensively at first base in his few appearances.
Brings up Juan Santana with one out and nobody on here in the top of the second. Santana had a good day yesterday, 2 for 3, and 3 hits on the series. Want to know? Santana swings, drives one down the left field line, rolling all the way to the wall. Hustling into second, a stand-up double for Juan Santana. A great series for the first baseman. First year with the minors after being with Tri-City last year. Dominican Republic native with 4 hits.
Yeah, he just sits back on a breaking ball that was honestly inside of the strike zone, was running in right around his hands, but he turns on it just so well there. And guy with some pretty good experience, you mentioned, having a good series, and he has 4 years of experience in the Astros organization.
Willie Escala, lefty batter, stands in and takes the first pitch low from Gausman. Miners yesterday had the best overall record in the Frontier League, with them losing and New Jersey winning. Now half a game back of New Jersey in the East standings. 1-0. Swing and a miss by Escala, 1-1. The Miners, it's been all about their pitching to start the year. Best ERA, batting average against, least amount of runs allowed by a mile in the league, and the Otters are second in almost all of those categories. Gausman twirls home. Escala checks his swing on a breaking ball in. Green checked down to third, nodding his head, trying to convince Reed Hoover that he went around, but he did not. 2 balls and 1 strike to Escala. Runner at second with 1 out here in the top of the second. The Otters lead 1-0. Gausman comes home. Escala fouls it away.
Yeah, and what's really holding this Miners team back from just being outright dominant is the inability at times to manufacture runs. We saw that on display yesterday, and coming into this series, 13th in the league in runs scored.
They've struggled this week. The 2-2 is fouled off the inside of the bat of Escala to stay alive. Had just 2 runs into the 9th inning on Tuesday before mounting that stunning comeback with 1 in the 9th and 2 in the 10th. And shut out yesterday. Gausman peeks back at second. Delivers to Escala, swing and a miss. Back to the breaking ball, 2 away. 3 strikeouts already for Gausman. Not a big strikeout pitcher, just 25 strikeouts and 32 2/3. More of a contact guy, but the breaking ball is working very well early for Austin Gausman.
Yeah, he'll often start the count with either that cutter or sinker that have been working so well, and breaking ball has been his go-to strikeout pitch so far.
Elvis Lopez, catcher righty batter, watches the first pitch low for a ball. Santana at second on a double. 2 outs now here in the top of the second. The Otters leading 1-0. Gossman, black glove at the chest. Winds and throws. Breaking ball at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Gossman comes home. Lopez takes a strike on the inside corner. It's been a big strike zone so far for Brad Wilson behind home plate. It typically is. Wilson is this 3-man crew of Clark Morgan, Reed Hoover, Brad Wilson has frequented Bosse Field so far this year as time called by Lopez. Wilson has had an especially large strike zone. Only going to add more help to these excellent pitching staffs. One and two home. Outside 2-2. Ball gets past Green to the backstop and down to third goes Stupinski, or excuse me, goes Santana. Wild pitch that Green couldn't get to in the left-handed batter's box, and the Miners have the tying run 90 feet away. The 2-2. Swung on and driven to right. Baez back under it and makes the grab. So Gossman works around another hit in the second, but no runs come across, and the Otters lead 1-0. Head to the bottom of the second on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
It's time to see who gets to upgrade to the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Our lucky winner will get to spend the rest of the game with the best seats in the house. So I say congratulations to Mark Beal. Mark Beal, congratulations. You're tonight's winner of the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Come on down and enjoy the view for the rest of the game. Get your feet kicked up. Mark Beal, tonight's winner. And the best seats in the house also means that you have the best view of the Heritage Video Board at Ottervision. Follow along with all of our video board action this evening, and be sure to check out Heritage Central for all of your banking needs. Saying hello to others here at the ballpark. Heads Construction, my favorite construction company. They're here at the ballpark tonight. They chose the best Bosse Field just like we choose them. Sections 2 and 3, that's construction. Great to have you with us. MICAI, they're the front extra patio decks 1, 2, 3, and 4. Big I, Indiana, decks 5 through 10. Great to have you with us here at Bosse Field. FC Tucker as well. They're down the right field line. We say hello to them, and Esker as well. Thanks for joining us on Margaritaville Night at Bosse Field.
Bottom of the second inning from Evansville. 1-0 lead for the Otters over the Miners. Austin Gossman has pitched 2 innings without a run, and Evansville scoring first off the Miners' ace Griffin Baker with a RBI double by Dakota Phillips. Jomar Reyes, the longest hitting streak of any Otter active on the season at 13 games, comes to the plate to lead off the second. Reyes taking all the way, a first pitch strike. Jomar, 13-game hit streak, hitting .320 on the year and leading the Otters with 40 hits. That's 40 hits in 32 games as Reyes swings and misses at a ball in the dirt. 0-2. He's been so consistent. 28 hits in 32 games. Hit apiece in the first 2 games of this series. You can count on Reyes to find a way to get a hit. Swing and a miss at a fastball up, and Baker's got Reyes down on 3 strikes.
Yeah, and oftentimes, I know he strikes out right there, but he's been one of the guys on this Otters team who has been fairly successful against left-handed pitching. We mentioned, as a team, have struggled, but Yomar Reyes batting .441 against left-handed pitching.
Brings up George Khalil. Ready batter takes on the inside corner for a strike. Griffin Baker, big black-colored afro tumbling out of his black cap as Khalil takes a strike on the outside corner 0-2. He's got a mustache and a beard to boot. There's a lot of hair around the face of Baker.
It's a really good baseball look.
It's an impressive head of hair. The 0-2 bouncing in front of home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. .62 for the second-year rookie. He started his professional career last year with Florence and really struggled. A 7.43 ERA. It has turned around, though, here for him with the minors in 2023. 1-2, swing and a miss by Khalil. Blew a fastball right by him. And the first 2 outs for Baker of the second, courtesy of the strikeout.
Number 39, Aaron Beck.
2 away, and it brings up Aaron Beck here in the bottom of the second with the Otters leading 1-0. Baker kicks and throws. A strike on the outside corner, 0-1 to Beck. Baker played 5 seasons at Division II Belmont Abbey College in North Carolina. 0-1 by Beck is pumped up into shallow left. Beck is the shortstop. Escala in is Anu, and Anu makes the catch in shallow left for the 3rd out of the inning. The Otters go down in order in the second. 1-0 Evansville on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
For Sussex County, batting ninth at second base 3, Will Zimmerman.
One to nothing lead for Evansville through 2 on a beautiful Thursday night from Bosse Field. The sun is peeking out behind the clouds. Upper 70s, a big crowd enjoying a big matchup tonight in the series decider between the Miners and the Otters. Will Zimmerman, ready batter, leading things off for Sussex County, and takes a first pitch strike from Austin Gossman. Gossman twirls home, and Zimmerman takes low 1-1. We invited the star from yesterday, Tim Holdgrafer, the Otters starter who went 8 shutout, to come on the broadcast, but he's a little bit modest. He doesn't like to talk about himself on the broadcast. The 1-1. Zimmerman takes side 2-1. He did kind of give me the breakdown, though. It was interesting on what was working for him yesterday, and actually said he had a mechanical adjustment earlier in the week that he thought really helped him in yesterday's spectacular 8 shutout innings, the 2-1 home to Zimmerman. As strike at the letters 2-2, I think we noticed how much he was using the cutter and how effective, and he said he actually was standing up taller on the mound, straightened up his back a little bit, and found that he had better command of his breaking ball, especially that cutter, as the ball's pulled in to the left-handed batter's box for a ball to Zimmerman, a full count. And that really helped him improve the command of his cutter and all of his pitches, and things just really kind of rolled on from there. Payoff to Zimmerman is fouled straight back.
Yeah, interesting to hear some insights out of a pitcher who's been so successful the last couple of years. I mean, it's so interesting to hear about. You got guys who are that successful and they're still making adjustments, just finding little ways to get that much better. And I mean, it certainly showed yesterday.
3-2 inside for ball 4. Zimmerman works a walk. So the number 9 batter is aboard for the Miners here on the top of the 3rd inning, and it rolls back over to Edwin Mateo at the top of the lineup for Sussex County. 1-0 lead for the Otters here in the top of the 3rd inning. Series decider today between the Miners and the Otters. Sussex County 8-1 this year in 3-game series. No one has a better series record in the league. As Mateo takes the first pitch inside, Green hopping out of his crouch on the ball in the dirt to make sure Zimmerman stays at first. Otters are 7-4 in series, including 5-2 at home.
And one thing you said to me off air yesterday, Griffin, is this team just doesn't develop losing streaks. I mean, they bounce back so well from subpar performances, and it's been impressive.
1-0 is swung on and driven into right field, a base hit. Zimmerman takes a big turnaround second, puts on the brakes as the ball's relayed into the infield. But it's back-to-back base hits with nobody out here in the top of the 3rd. Zimmerman the walk, not back-to-back base hits, beg your pardon. The walk by Zimmerman, back-to-back base runners, and the base hit by Mateo. And the Miners have a threat here.
And it's tough for Gossman because in a series where the zone's been so big, 2 of those pitches that were called balls on his walk were decent ways in the zone, and causes you just to kind of second guess yourself a little bit. Hangs a pitch more so over the plate there than you would like to.
Brings up Juwan Harris, who lunges at a ball down in the dirt. Did he pull it back in time? Oh, they're checking down to first. No, he did not. Harris kind of lunged at a ball. I didn't think he pulled back the bat in time, and indeed he did not. So, Harris, 0-1 count to the righty center fielder. 2 on and nobody out here in the top of the 3rd. Shows bunt again, and again lunges at it and misses it, 0-2.
And that's somewhat of a missed opportunity. We'll see if he goes for a 3rd bunt attempt, but a team that just struggles to manufacture runs, 2 on here with nobody out would be a big opportunity to move these runners into scoring position.
Gossman delivers home. It's outside, 1-2. Harris had a RBI double in game number 1 on Tuesday. He was hitless yesterday, going 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Gossman winds and throws. Swung on and grounded into left field, a base hit. Zimmerman hustling around. The throw home is cut off, and the Miners tie it at 1. An RBI base hit for Juwan Harris. A walk to Zimmerman and back-to-back base hits for the Miners. They've scratched across their first run since Tuesday.
How about that? Harris makes up for those 2 missed bunt attempts. Says, all right, I'll just drive a ball through a really big 5-6 hole. George Khalil was holding the runner on there, and no chance for either Otter to make a play there.
Gavin Stupinski, the DH, comes to the plate, and the lefty takes the first pitch low for a ball. Mateo at second, Harris at first. Zimmerman coming around to score. There's still nobody out in the inning. Stupinski had a base hit back in the first. 1-0 to the lefty. Swung on and chopped right side, racing over his Skinder, dives, able to field the ball, throw from his knees to first, in time for the outs. Oh, the jersey is all covered with dirt for Skinder, already stole 2 bases. He's a little bit gimpy to get up. What a play, though, to save a run and get an out.
Yeah, Skinder was shaded towards the middle a little bit. Makes that a really tough play, but a much needed out in this inning if you're Austin Gossman.
Mateo goes to third. Harris advances to second, but the Otters get an out as Oraj Anu, lefty left fielder, comes to the plate. Skinder is basically covered in dirt from head to toe now. That Margaritaville jersey, good luck getting all that dirt out. Anu struck out his first time up today. Gossman comes home, swing and a miss by Anu. Had a solo home run back on Tuesday. He went 1 for 4 yesterday. Gossman delivers home, swing and a miss. Back-to-back breaking balls, getting Anu fooled, and it's 0-2.
We saw that meeting from Jake Green with Austin Gossman. You know, these are 2 big runners that are on right now that you'd love to strand. Got a really good pitcher on the mound for Baker by the Miners, and you know their bullpen's following that.
Swing and a miss. 3 straight balls falling off the table to Anu, and Gossman with a huge second out of the inning. 3 pitches for his 4th strikeout of the game.
Yeah, a couple really good breaking balls, and then looks like goes to the sinker there, just falls off the plate. Like you said, another really big out, and a big chance here to get out of this inning with minimal damage.
Still 2 on, but now 2 out for Abraham Mao. Ready, takes a strike at the letters. Mateo at third, Harris at second. 1 run across here in the top of the 3rd. Gossman winds and throws. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Gossman and the Otters looking for the last out of the 3rd to keep it tied. Pitch home, swung on and driven into left. Myers back, still going at the warning track, leaps, and it's over his head and off the wall. Both runs will come around to score a 2 RBI double for Abraham Mao, and the Miners take a 3-1 lead.
First baseman, 17, Juan Santana.
Noah Myers leaping in left field. The ball just sailing over his glove. And the Miners take the lead in the 3rd.
And a ball that off the bat didn't look like it was going to have a ton of carry. Mao caught that one off the end of the bat, actually, but just kept running over the head of Myers out there.
Juan Santana, the batter, takes the first pitch strike from Gossman. The 3rd hit of the inning. And a 3 spot put up by Sussex County here in the 3rd after not scoring yesterday. Swing and a miss by Santana again, 0-2. Oh, 2. Pitch on the outside corner, check swing, but Santana held up. How about Mao? He hadn't had a hit in the series. He was 0 for 11 entering that at bat. But all it takes is one, and he has one of the biggest hits of the series for the Miners. A 2-run double. 1-2 up the middle. Gossman has to get out of the way, diving onto the mound. It's up the middle and through for a base hit. Mao scores from second, and it's 4-1 Sussex County. Oh, 100 miles per hour off the bat, right back at Gossman, who had to just dive down on the mound to avoid being struck.
Yeah, scary situation there, and see some frustration from Gossman. He knows he just hung a breaking ball over the heart of the plate there. And this Miners lineup is hitting him pretty hard their second time around.
Up Willie Escala, the shortstop, with 2 outs and a runner at first. Gossman winds and throws. Escala swings and fouls it off his foot. The Miners had only scored 5 runs all series. They score 4 runs here in the 3rd inning. A walk to Zimmerman started the inning. Base hit by Mateo. Base hit up by Harris. Stupinski grounded out, and Anu struck out. It looked like the Gossman and the Otters could get out of the inning without significant damage. Not the case. 0-1 is inside, 1-1. Double by Mao off the over the head of Noah Myers in left field. And a base hit by Santana up the middle, adding more damage. James Crick is starting to warm in the Otters bullpen. 1-1. Swung on and lofted into left field. It's down for a base hit. Escala with a knock of his own. 2 on with 2 out. 3 straight hits for Sussex County.
Yeah, and the hitting is contagious for the Miners now. I mean, honestly, a pretty good pitch there from Gossman. Paints the outside corner, but got to credit Escala. Just lets it run deep and takes it to opposite field. Doesn't try to do too much with that ball. We'll see a meeting here from Max Peterson.
Out to chat with Austin Gossman and the rest of the Otters infield. Gossman looks so good against Anu. Strikes him out on 3 straight breaking balls. But all of a sudden things falling apart here in the 3rd.
Yeah, it looked like he had a really good chance to get out of the inning with just 1 run on the board for the Miners, but the hitters for this Sussex County lineup just injecting confidence into each other, each one seeing the guy in front of him step up there and hit the ball hard, and it's been contagious.
So it brings up Elvis Lopez with 2 on and 2 out. First pitch to Lopez is outside, 1-0. This is the 9th batter coming to the plate for Sussex County. Gossman delivers. Lopez takes a strike on the inner 3rd. Otters had held opponents to 3 runs or less in 20 of 35 games this season, but 4 coming across here in just 1 inning. 1-1 pitch is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. .65 pitches now for Gossman. Still looking for this elusive last out of the 3rd inning. Delivers home, swung on and driven into center. This should be playable for Quiggle. A few steps back, reaches up and makes the catch. 4 runs come across in the 3rd inning for Sussex County. They use 5 hits and a walk. The key, 2 out, 2 RBI double by Abraham Mao, and it's 4-1 Miners. So we head to the bottom of the 3rd on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
It's not just banking. It's community. It's trust. It's finding solutions to reach your goals. It's doing more together. Old National. Your success is everything.
Getting ready and keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Be Fit by Bob's. Getting fit, healthy, and well. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Be Fit by Bob's.
Welcome back to Bosse Field for the bottom of the third inning. It's 4-1, the lead for Sussex County after a 4-run top of the third. The Otters' biggest comeback of the season, only 2 runs. Evansville's only won 4 games all year when trailing. They're going to have to mount their biggest comeback of the year if they want to win this series against the Miners after a 4-run, 5-hit inning for Sussex County in the top of the third. Jake Green will lead things off against Griffin Baker here in the bottom of the third. Baker fires home and Green takes a strike at the knees.
Yeah, and if you're going to come back against a team, this is a tough one to do it. If you're the Otters, you got the Miners with a really tough pitching staff.
Swing and a miss by Green up in the zone, 0-2.
And that pitching staff runs deep. When you get to their bullpen, they almost just continue to get better. And it's a big reason why they've won their last 3 series coming into this one.
Kick and a throw and a pitch outside to Green, 1-2. Baker, after a little bit of a shaky first with a walk and a double scoring a runs, had 2 strikeouts and sent the Otters down in order in the second. He had a long rest on the bench before coming out for the third. Fires home, a pitch just low to Green. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2. At the knees for strike 3 called. Green looks at a breaking ball on the lower half, and the 4th strikeout in the last 5 batters faced for Griffin Baker.
And if I'm Andy McCulley, now approaching your second time through your lineup here, I'm telling my hitters, go up there and be aggressive. Baker starts most counts off with a fastball or 2, and they're grooved in there.
Myers shows bunt and pulls it back, but it's a strike.
But as the Otters have gotten deeper into counts, just things haven't seemed to click.
0-1, swung on and fouled away by Myers, 0-2. Evansville's found a way to win series this year, but can't really say the last few weeks have been dynamic offensively for Evansville. Had a stretch 2 weeks ago where they got shut out 3 times in 5 games. The 0-2, swing and a miss by Myers. Did he get a piece of it? He did. If Al tipped it, no, he didn't get a piece of it. Ball in the dirt, and it's picked up by Lopez. He tags out Myers, and that's the second out. So Myers strikes out, and just to finish the point, Evansville averaging 5.2 runs per game. That's 9th in the Frontier League, but of late, it's been an Otters offense that has not been able to put up runs in bunches. Ethan Skinder stands in and takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Skinder takes inside, 1-1. The Otters, over the Last 8 games they've played have scored more than 4 runs just twice. 1-1 home. Skinder takes inside 2-1.
Yeah, and a team that also just struggles against left-handed pitching. A lot of first pitch takes on fastballs that, like I said, are kind of grooved right down the wheelhouse, and I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive.
Fires home, bounces in the dirt in front of home plate, and it's 3-1. Baker has retired 7 Otters in a row. 3-1, sliced off the screen.
Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Sections 2 and 3, choose the best.
He's starting to find a groove, and the Miners have supplied him with some insurance, courtesy of a 4-run third inning. And that's what Evansville did yesterday. They had a 4-run second inning, and that was all they needed for a 4-0 win.
Yeah, 2 really good bullpens, 2 teams that when they win score their runs early, and that trend has seemed to continue.
Payoff swing and a miss by Skinder. My goodness, Griffin Baker has struck out 6. He's struck out the side, and he struck out 5 of the last 6 batters. High fives, putting his arm around Elvis Lopez. He's feeling good, and the Miners lead 4-1 after 3 on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
We have a 3 innings, so we're going to use our cameras here at the ballpark to do a fan cam. You see an Otters Digital Network camera on you. Give us a big smile and wave. Cheers to you. We have all of our fans here tonight on Margaritaville night at Bossy Field. Special shout out to Big Red Jordan Fisher. Yeah, he's working that camera. Wants to know the employee, always coming with the employee. Second baseman, 3, Will Zimmerman.
Frontier League Baseball on Flow Sports is brought to you by Old National Bank, your bank for Evansville, your bank for life. Well, Zimmerman is the batter. He swings at the first pitch, up the middle. Ethan Skinder in, gloves it, throws to first, and there's one away. 4-1, Sussex County leads here in the top of the 4th inning. Quick first out for Austin Gossman after giving up 4 runs in the top of the 3rd inning. This might be Gossman's last inning of work. He's at 71 pitches, but the Otters bullpen, after warming up in the 3rd, is sat back down.
Yeah, we'll see. You'd have to assume they have a guy rearing and ready to go down there, and his pitch count getting up. We'll just see how this inning goes, though.
Edwin Mateo comes to the plate. Lefty batter, leadoff, takes inside for a ball, 1-0. Sussex County sent all 9 batters to the plate in the 3rd inning. They used 5 hits, including a key 2-out double by Abraham Mao to plate 4 runs. 1-0 is low, 2-0. The Otters have been quieted over the last 2 innings by Griffin Baker, who struck out 5 of his last 6. As Mateo swings and misses at a ball in the dirt, 2-1.
Yeah, and we've seen this series is both teams just trying to avoid that big inning because runs can be hard to consistently come by.
Mateo swings, it's up the middle, skidding off the side of the mound and into center field. Single for Mateo, his second of the game, 1 on and 1 out. Gausman wants a new ball. 8 hits coming across here for Sussex County now. They had a hit in the first 2 innings, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, before exploding in the third. Jawan Harris to the plate, digs into the right-handed batter's box, and takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Gausman winds and throws, runner goes, good throw by Green down to second, it's in time. Jake Green throws out Edwin Mateo, a perfect throw from the Otters catcher. Green has been fantastic behind home plate this season. That's the 8th runner he's thrown out in 18 attempts.
Yeah, really good play there. Puts the throw on a dot and is able to avoid another runner in scoring position.
Harris takes low, 2-1. So now 2 outs and the bases have been cleared. The top of the 4th. Miners lead 4-1. 2-1. Strike at the letters, 2-2. Harris make that, takes low again, and a full count. Sun is peeking out again behind the clouds. Most of the field in shadow, except for right. The poor fans on the Corona patio trying to stare in and watch the game, staring right into the sunshine. Payoff home swing and a miss by Harris. 2 strikeouts for Gausman in the inning. He has 6 strikeouts. And the Miners go down at the minimum in the top of the 4th. 4-1, Sussex County leads on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
It's time to show us your best smiles for the Paramount Dental Smile Cam. Over 300,000 members trust Paramount Dental because it's based right here in the Hoosier state of Indiana. Paramount Dental has been ensuring smiles for more than 37 years. Keep smiling with Paramount Dental. What a smile! And be sure to check out all the Frontier League action on Flow Sports, the official streaming partner of the Frontier League. Never miss a game and follow along all the way to the championship. Just visit EvansvilleOtters.com for links to watch and subscribe for all Frontier League and Flow Sports content. What a crowd! Shout out to John L. Smith, Ian, May Ray, capturing all these beautiful smiles. Great job, Paramount Dental. Designated hitter number 7, Dakota Phillips.
Welcome back to Bossy Field, a 4-1 lead for Sussex County in the bottom of the 4th inning. Frontier League standings continuing to shape up with both of these teams a half game back of first place in their respective divisions. Otters half game back of Schaumburg, Sussex County half game back of New Jersey, with Teams following in close pursuit behind them. Every game important in the Frontier League as Dakota Phillips swings at the first pitch he sees, pops it up into right center. Over is the center fielder Harris, and he makes the catch, one away.
And a really big rubber match. You saw both teams half game back in their respective divisions, and both will be on the road after this. Obviously a 9-game road trip that is almost a third of the way done for Sussex County, and the Otters head to Florence this weekend.
Nine in a row have been sent down by Griffin Baker. He fires home, and Baez takes a first pitch strike on the inner corner. Baez has gone cold. He's 0 for 7 in this series. 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. It's bang or bust for Jeffrey Baez this season. He'll have a huge series with a few home runs, a bunch of RBIs, and then all of other series where he doesn't reach base. 0-2, bouncing in the dirt. Ed Wilson out and a new baseball to Griffin Baker on this warm evening. Otters wrapping up a 6-game homestand. Evansville has barely had to leave town lately. This is Evansville's 12th home game over the last 15 played. 2 6-game homestands sandwiched over a just small 3-game series against Windy City. It's all going to change soon. The Otters spend almost all July on the road. 1-2 to Baez. Swing and a miss. Pitch on the hands fooled Baez. It's strikeout number 7 for Griffin Baker.
Yeah, and that's been a common sight tonight, as you see just a really defensive swing from Jeffrey Baez, and Baker just has these Otters hitters guessing up there. It's almost automatic at this point.
Baker winds and throws, and Kona Quiggle, the lefty batter, takes the first pitch outside. 7 strikeouts for Baker. That already ties, or 2 away from a season high. Ties his second highest of the season. Quiggle takes a strike, 1-1. Baker's best start of the year. He pitched a complete game shutout against the New York Boulders and allowed just 1 hit and no runs. Did walk 3, but 9 strikeouts. 1-1, fouled back by Quiggle, 1-2. Has the ability to be completely dominant, and we're certainly seeing it over these last couple innings. Four to 1, Sussex County leads. The 1-2 swung on and lofted into right field, a base hit. Quiggle finds some grass, and the Otters have just their 2nd hit of the day.
And how about that lefty on lefty matchup? Kona Quiggle gets a breaking ball that almost runs in and hits him, just falls in at the last second, but he stays locked in on that pitch, keeps his hands back, and then catches the ball out in front of the plate. Really good hit by Kona Quiggle.
Of Jomar Reyes with 2 outs, and Quiggle at first. First pitch to Reyes, swung on and popped sky high in the air on the infield. 4 black jerseys coming in. Who wants it? It's the first baseman Santana to make the grab in front of the mound. Base hit for Quiggle, but that's all for the Otters. They've been held to just 1 run and 2 hits through 4. A 4-1 lead for Sussex County on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, your Southwest Records Evansville Otter Bells.
you've seen Evan the Otter around lately, make sure you tell him hello when you do. He's excited to see all of our fans here tonight and encourages you to visit Heritage for all your banking needs. Heritage, a proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball. Leading off the fifth inning for Sussex County.
Welcome back to Bosse Field for the top of the fifth inning. Chris Widger, the manager for the Sussex County Miners. What a job he's done for Sussex County in his first season in New Jersey, leading the Miners to one of the best records in the Frontier League for the first third of the season. Managed last year in the minor leagues. Gavin Stupinski takes a first pitch inside for a ball to start off the top of the fifth. Austin Gossman still working after giving up 4 runs in the third inning. Pitch in for a strike to Stupinski. Widger is, there's so many managers, especially in the Frontier League East, that have been professional ball players. Pete Caviglia, the legendary college baseball players. Stupinski grounds one to second. Skinder into Glum, it easy throw to first in time, one away. Vin Caviglia with Tri-City. Richie Sexton in the West. Of course, with Windy City, among others. Widger played with kind of a journeyman, played with 8 different MLB teams. Won the World Series with the Chicago White Sox in 2005. They're managing the Northwest Arkansas Naturals last year, AA affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. And a part of the best pitching staff in the league right now, as Jorge Anu swings at the first pitch, grounds it right to Reyes, bats it down, picks it back up. Go to first in time, 2 away. 2 quick outs here in the fifth inning for Austin Gossman.
Yeah, and that's what you were looking for, is pitch count was starting to work its way up. Nice to see he's been able to settle down the last 2 innings. But yeah, going back to your point, just lots of really good experience managing the Frontier League. It's a league that you really feel like the level kind of goes up every year, a really high talent pool and some really experienced guys coaching that talent.
2 away, Abraham Mao, the batter, takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Talked about a little bit Sussex County yesterday, and started in the Can-Am League, moved over as the Can-Am League merged 2020 with the Frontier League. Mao checks his swing and can't hold up. 1-1. Over 500 the last 2 years, but not able to make it into the playoffs, trying for the first time in their league history to make it into the playoffs this year. 1-1 home. He is low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two outs and nobody on here in the top of the fifth. Gossman is bounced back well after giving up 4 in the third. Fires home. Breaking ball outside, 3-1. Evansville will certainly be thinking about that ball that just got over Noah Meyer's head in left field. A 2-out double by Mao that was nearly a catch by Myers and would have ended the inning in the third with just 1 run up across. 3-1. Swung on and driven to left field. Myers back at the track, looking up. He leaps, it's gone. Abraham Mao, what a day. A 2 RBI double, a solo home run, and the Miners extend the lead to 5-1.
How about that? Abraham Mao with some pop in his bat today. I said his last hit just didn't seem like he got all of it, but it carried all the way to the wall off the end of his bat. Well, he got all of that one, and a guy who's not known for his power. That's his first home run of the season, but what a day for the Miners' third baseman.
392 feet off the bat, carrying over the left field wall. The Miners' second home run here at Bosse Field for a team that doesn't hit a lot of them, as Santana took the first pitch strike and now lines one into the seats. 0-2. 2 outs in the top of the fifth. Gossman had seemingly settled down But a solo home run by Mao extends the lead to now 4 here in the top of the 5th. The Otters bullpen is back to being busy. Pitch outside to Santana, 1-2. Gossman at 91 pitches, 5 runs across on his tap. It's James Crick again, who was warming up back in the 3rd, who's throwing. 1-2, swing and a miss by Santana on a pitch falling out of the zone. Gossman has 7 strikeouts tonight, but a solo home run by Abraham Mao extends the lead for the Miners. 5-1 they lead on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Listen up, Evansville Otter fans. Right now, about 100,000 people nationwide are waiting for a life-saving transplant. That's enough people to fill Bossy Field 19 times. And by the time this game ends, 15 people will be added to the national transplant waiting list. Did you also know that if your favorite player injures his ACL, a tissue transplant could provide a complete recovery and put him back in the game? Join the team, be a hero, save a life. Sign up to be an organ donor at donatelifeindiana.org.
Your business is ready. Ready for change, ready for growth, ready for movement, ready for what's next. Let's help you get there. Old National, your success is everything.
Cruise into summer with a boat or jet ski loan from Heritage Federal Credit Union. Then live it up with no payments for 90 days. So rock the boat or jet ski and create some waves. Go to Heritage Federal. We're here for you.
Hit the open road this summer with the motorcycle, RV, or ATV loan from Heritage Federal Credit Union. Then live it up with no payments for 90 days. Don't let the summer speed by you. Go to Heritage Federal. We're here for you.
4 innings complete as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. From Bossy Field here in Evansville, sun starting to set on an overcast Thursday. Griffin Baker spectacular so far for the Sussex County Miners, and he's gotten plenty of run support from his bats. A 4-run 3rd inning and a solo home run by Abraham Mao in the 5th, adding to Mao's excellent day and a 5-1 lead for Sussex County in the bottom of the 5th inning. George Khalil will lead things off in the bottom of the 5th for the Otters, who need to find some runs in fast if they want to take this series. Khalil shows bunt, lays one back to Mao, comes off the mound, fields it, throws to first in time to get Khalil one away. Khalil has 4 bunt base hits on the season, but not able to execute one there.
Yeah, usually a guy who has great control over his bunts, but just puts this one right back at the pitcher. Still not the easiest play because left-handed Baker has to wheel his body all the way around before making the play, but about as routine as it gets for a pitcher fielding a bunt there.
Aaron Beck comes to the plate. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. One out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. 5-1, the Miners lead. Baker delivers home. Beck swings and fouls it away. Beck had his first multi-hit day yesterday as a professional. Base hit and a double. 3 hits on his career. He's 3 for 10 to start his career, including that 2 for 4 day yesterday. 1-1. Beck fouls away. 1-2. Former Indiana State Sycamore, graduated last year in Terre Haute, was a 2021 Missouri Valley Conference first team player. At .319 last year as the everyday left fielder for Indiana State. Started as a first baseman here with the Otters. They've needed him there with the injury to Jacob Olson. 1-2 home. Swing and a miss by Beck, 2 away. Strikeout number 8 for Griffin Baker.
The catcher, number 10, Jake Green.
2 away brings up Jake Green, the catcher, with nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. And we saw the Otters get off to a good start in the first inning. We thought maybe this is the night they can get to a strong lefty pitcher, but they've had nothing since. Jake Green takes the first pitch outside.
Yeah, Baker quickly put that first inning behind him, and here almost 2 times around the Otters order, he's almost seemed to get better as the start has gone on.
1-0 home, swing and a miss, 1-1.
Be interesting to see how deep he'll go into this game. Baker sitting at 57 pitches right now. He's worked efficiently despite how many strikeouts he's had, and a guy who normally goes deep into outings.
Baker fouls one off the screen, 1-2. Five runs on 9 hits and no errors for Sussex County. Just 1 run and 2 hits for the Otters. No errors here in the bottom of the 5th. Baker throws outside. 2-2 to Green. Two and 2 home. Green fouls it away, left side. Sussex County continues their 9-game road trip. They're on the road at Schaumburg this weekend. What a tough first 2 teams to face in your 9-game road swing. The Boomers in first place in the Frontier League West, half a game up on the Otters. 2-2. Green fouls off the screen. Otters, as Lucas mentioned earlier, head to Florence. First time facing the Yalls this weekend. It's the last team out of the Frontier League West the Otters have yet to face. Yalls having a good season, especially outside of, they struggled on their East Coast road trip, but otherwise have had a really good June. Trailed a night against Gateway, but the Yalls took the series already from the Grizzlies, winning the first 2. Evansville's back here for a 3-game set against Gateway next week, and then the Otters hit the road for just their second 6-game road trip of the season. This will be at Joliet and then at Lake Erie. Baker comes home again. It's low, and Green has worked it to a full count in this lengthy at bat.
Yeah, what a battle by Jake Green. Struck out looking last at bat. Doesn't want the same result here. He's fouled off a lot of pitches, being selective.
Baker fires. Green fouls it again off the screen. Otters trail 5-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Evansville, again, just 4 comeback victories on the season by any deficit. And their largest comeback is just 2 runs. Another payoff. Green fouls it left side. Wanted it bat. This is turning into. Green's going to call time. This is where the pitch clock starts to feel too fast. You're exhausted at this point, especially the batter facing all these pitches and fighting and crapping and clawing. Can use a few extra seconds. Baker fires home. Green swings and drives one out to left. Anu back at the track. It is off the wall. Green hustling to second. He's going to take a big turn and hold up there. A double for Drake Green, and one of the better at-bats we've seen from an Otter batter all year. He faced over 10 pitches. We'll get the number in a second. It was an 11-pitch at-bat by Drake Green before he bounced one off the left field wall, narrowly misses a home run, but has a 2-out double here in the 5th.
Yeah, probably the hardest worked at-bat we've seen all year, and the most well-earned hit you'll see from an Otter so far. What an at-bat by Jake Green. Struck out looking his first time around. Wasn't going to go down easy there, and drives a ball to deep left field.
Back to the top of the order, Noah Myers, who takes the first pitch outside. Well, if nothing else, the Otters certainly would like to see a different pitcher than Griffin Baker. An 11-pitch at bat is going to really help run up a pitch count. 1-0 to Myers is popped up into left field. Back is Anu at the track, looking up, it's gone! Noah Myers, a 2-run home run, and the Otters cut the lead in half. The 5th home run of the season for Noah Myers. A 2-run blast, and it cuts the lead to 5-3.
Yeah, and that ball carried more than I think you and I certainly thought it was gonna. Noah Myers, a guy who has some pop in his bat, is able to take the ball the other way and puts it all together right there. That's just what the Otters needed to work their way back into this ball game.
It was a ball that honestly didn't look as hard at his greens, which ended up falling short. But Myers' ball just kept on carrying over the wall. It wasn't hit super hard at 94 miles per hour, but the launch angle was 33 degrees. 1-0 by Skinner is driven into left. Coming in is Anu, and he won't get there. It one hops in front of the left fielder. A base hit for Skinner, and all of a sudden, the Otters have something going against Griffin Baker.
And we talked so much in our broadcast yesterday, Griffin, about how much of the offensive production from this Otters ball club comes with 2 outs. I mean, Griffin Baker was dealing, and he was a strike away from getting out of this inning. Had Jake Green to a 2-2 count. Green didn't give up, and that's just the mentality of this Otters lineup when they've got 2 outs in an inning and trying to fight their way back in their biggest comeback of the season. This is how you do it, some 2-out hitting. See if Dakota Phillips can keep us rolling.
Mark Papas, the pitching coach for Sussex County, has not been busy this weekend with the excellent pitching by the Miners, but he's had to have a quick word with Griffin Baker. This only happened because of Jake Green. 11 pitch at bat before launching a double off the left field wall. Noah Myers follows with a 2-run home run. Now a base hit by Ethan Skinner, all with 2 outs, and it brings up Dakota Phillips. Phillips swings at the first pitch, a liner off the glove of Juan Santana, the first baseman, into right. But a great job by Zimmerman to throw to first, the second baseman, for the 3rd out. Alert by Will Zimmerman, moving over to back up Santana as the ball went off his glove and started trickling into right field. But Zimmerman able to race over and throw out Phillips. The Otters, though, get 2 runs back. A 2-run blast by Noah Myers cuts the lead to 5-3 as we go to the 6th on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Don't forget to visit my good friend Ron DeTrey.
Frontier League Baseball on Flow Sports is brought to you by Bud Light. 5 innings complete from Bossy Field. An entertaining ball game with some runs scored between the 2 pitching staffs in the Frontier League. 2-run blast by Noah Myers, cutting the lead to 5-3 for the Otters. And Evansville now goes to their bullpen with James Crick coming out of the pen for the Otters. Crick, a 3.38 ERA in 12 appearances, has allowed just 6 earned runs in 16 innings pitched, 15 strikeouts, does have 12 walks. Crick has not pitched in a while. In fact, this is his first time pitching in the 6-game homestand for the Otters. You have to go all the way back to last Thursday when he pitched against Windy City up in Chicago. Crick allowed 3 runs in his inning in the 3rd pitch as he walked 4 batters. So some time off after his probably most poor outing of the season. Crick has allowed double-digit runs in his last 2 outings after being lights out early in the season. So this is a chance here for the big righty to try to find some more consistency.
That's right, and his first time on the mound in Bosse Field with his new haircut.
Willie Escala, the lefty, takes the first pitch high from Crick, 1-0. Yeah, James Scott went to Kevin Davis's barber up on the south side of Chicago, Kevin's hometown in Orland Park. Brought him to his barber and got a big new haircut. 1-0 is high, 2-0. The hair was tumbling out of the cap of Crick almost all the way to the shoulders. Cut it all off. Completely different look. Trimmed the beard as well. Trying to switch things up, and hey, it's summer as well. It's got to cut off some of the hair. 2-0 is at the letters for a much-needed strike. 2-1.
Now, Griffin, you were on that trip. I wasn't. Did he have the haircut before his pitching performance in Windy City, or was it after?
Well, he got the haircut the day that he pitched.
Okay.
2-1. Popped up by Escala into right. Escala throws down the bat in frustration. Baez is... No, Skinder is under it. And shallow right. I couldn't find it. 1 away. Skinder a few steps out on the grass. First out for Crick and the Otters here in the 6th. Yeah, he got the haircut that day and struggled with command that night. This is his first appearance, though, in a week.
Getting your hair cut the day of a baseball game, I mean, that's a big deal.
That's a lot going on. Elvis Lopez, the batter, swings at the first pitch, drives it to right. Baez a few steps back under it and makes the catch. Quickly 2 away here in the 6th. Yeah, I would not get my hair cut the day of a broadcast.
Well, with how superstitious we've seen this Otters team be with any kind of hair, I wouldn't have guessed a guy who was pitching so well would have gotten his hair cut the day of a game. But it's working for him here at Bosse Field so far.
Said it was time for a change. Will Zimmerman, the batter, takes the first pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. I mean, in the end, haircuts aren't just about your baseball playing skills. They're how you present yourself to the world. So they have to consider more than just their pitching and hitting stats as Zimmerman takes low, 2-0. Got big lives to lead, though the demanding baseball schedule doesn't allow for a whole lot of time away from the ballpark. 2-0 to Zimmerman is a strike at the knees, 2-1. The road is actually where there's more time for guys. I was talking about when we were at Windy City a little bit. We had a rainy day off with a rain out on Tuesday, and guys had to find a variety of activities. 2-1. Inside 3-1 to Zimmerman. The one thing I regret doing that I should have done on my day off there is there was a Porsche dealership right next to the hotel, and I should have gone in and pretended to try to buy a Porsche. 3-1 by Zimmerman is swung on and driven into center. Coming in is Quiggle, and he makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. James Crick, new haircut and all at Bosse Field, sends the Miners down in order. Evansville looks to continue the rally in the bottom of the 6th as Sussex County leads 6-3 or 5-3 on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Brought to you by Drake's. We need everybody to get up and dance because Drake's is your go-to for 24 beers on tap. Big burgers and the freshest sushi in all of Evansville. Visit Drake's. At 1222 Birchland Road, DrakesCoachLady.com. While we're dancing, one of my favorite Tiger agents, Brian Spear, is at the ballpark. Good to see Brian Spear and welcome him. Vinny Garrett, our puppy, he's celebrating an anniversary today as well. The right fielder, number 33, Jeffrey Baez.
Bottom of this 6th inning from Bosse Field. A big crowd on a Thursday. And the Otters trying to complete their biggest comeback of the season. They played it 2 in the bottom of the 5th to cut the lead in half, as it's now 5-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Jeffrey Baez leads things off for the Otters. Baez swings and misses at the first pitch he sees from Griffin Baker. Well, Baker was absolutely dealing for Sussex County. He went innings 2 for 4, allowing just 1 base runner. Here comes the 0-1. Baez takes a strike at the belt, 0-2. There was 2 outs to nobody on in the bottom of the 5th, and Jake Green took 11 pitches off Baker before landing a double off the left field wall. Baez swings and misses at a ball in the dirt, and there's 1 away. That's strikeout number 9 for Baker, which ties his season high. But nonetheless, that double seemed to unlock something for the Otters, and they had 2-run blast by Myers and a base hit by Skidder.
Yeah, and the Miners, a team who are tough to come back against. A good start to that journey, though, for the Otters. Just chip away at that lead.
Gonna Quiggle to the plate and swings and misses at the first pitch. 5 hits for the Otters, with 3 of them coming in that 5th inning. Quiggle had a base hit back in the 4th. Baker winds and throws. Breaking ball at the knees, 0-2. And the breaking ball has been a beaut tonight for Griffin Baker. Well executed, and that's been the majority of his swings and misses. 73 miles per hour. 0-2. It's bouncing low, 1-2. "76 pitches for Baker here in the bottom of the 6th. Sussex County bullpen is quiet. One-two home. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Baker winds and throws. Quiggle slaps it foul. That was kind of what Jake Green did. That breaking ball's been so tough, and it's hard to hit off of until you can time it up right. But Green took pitch after pitch after pitch, just getting a piece of it before he finally timed it up for a double.
Yeah, it was such a good battle, and Kona Quiggle actually, his hit in the 4th inning was awful. One of those breaking balls. You see him stay in on one there and foul it off.
2-2, takes low and a full count.
Another good at-bat here.
One out, bottom of the 6th. Sussex County leads 5-3, a rubber match between 2 of the top teams in the Frontier League standings. Payoff. He's low for ball 4. Quiggle works a good walk. Just the 2nd walk worked today by the Otters, and the first since the 1st inning. 1 on with 1 out as Jomar Reyes comes to the plate.
The third baseman, number 28, Jomar Reyes.
Reyes struck out in the 2nd and popped out on the infield in the 4th. It's the 13-game hit streak and leads the Otters with a .320 batting average. Pitch home by Quiggle. Reyes, takes inside for a strike.
Yeah, and hitless on the day today, but we said Jomar Reyes batting .441 coming into this game against the lefties. Big opportunity here for the Otters.
A 1 home, Quiggle takes off. Reyes swings and drives one to left field. Anu back. That ball is off the wall. Hustling around, Quiggle will score. A RBI double for Jomar Reyes, cuts the lead to 1. A 2-strike double for Jomar Reyes off the base of the left field wall. And the Otters have totaled 4 runs off Baker. This is the most Griffin Baker has given up all month. He had thrown 4 straight quality outings. Evansville's now just a run away from tying it.
And Reyes sits back on another one of those breaking balls. He picks up left-handed breaking balls so well. And here we go, just 1 run.
George Khalil takes inside, 1-0. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, a run across. Quiggle walked, then the RBI double by Reyes. Quiggle was going on the pitch, so it allowed him to easily score. 1-0. Khalil swings and drives one to left field. Anu at the track, and leaping, can't make the catch. Ball's on the dirt. Reyes hustling around. Here comes the throw home. Reyes is out. Khalil will go to third, but there's 2 outs. Khalil timing up the breaking ball and lined it off the glove of Anu, who leaped on the wall and couldn't make the catch. He's in some pain out there. The athletic trainer's running out to check on Anu, who collided with the Budweiser sign and out in left field, and the ball popped out of his glove.
What a tough break there. But a really good relay by the Miners, and caught Reyes by a few steps. How about George Khalil, though? 4 for 7 in the series coming into this game. That now his 5th hit of this series.
And it was a great job by Harris, the center fielder, to come up and bring the ball in, relayed in by the shortstop Escala. And you're right, they had Reyes out by a mile. Khalil did alertly go all the way to third, so brings the tying run 90 feet away as Aaron Beck getting ready to come in. There's action in the Sussex County bullpen, but for now, Griffin Baker stays on the mound. 87 pitches for Baker, but the Otters have finally timed up his breaking ball. Reyes an RBI double. Khalil with a double of his own with Reyes thrown out. 2 away and Aaron Beck to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Lefty on lefty matchup. Baker comes home and Beck takes a strike at the knees. Tyler Lunaki warming in the pen as Beck swings and grounds one right to the second baseman. Zimmerman bobble, picks it back up, and Beck is out at first. Well, Zimmerman made a pretty normal 4-3 ground out very interesting as he bobbled one, had to pick it back up, and just caught Beck in time on a bang-bang play at 6. The Otters, though, get 1 more back. An RBI double by Jomar Reyes. And it's 5-4 on the Otters Digital Network.
Fans, we are approaching the end of the Margarita Bay Jersey auction. If you want to place a jersey, you have 3 outs to make those bids. 3 outs.
It's not just banking. It's community. It's trust. It's finding solutions to reach your goals. It's doing more together. Old National. Your success is everything.
Getting ready and keeping fit for
Otters baseball.
It's not just banking. It's community. It's trust. It's finding solutions to reach your goals. It's doing more together. Old National. Your success is everything.
Getting ready and keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Be Fit by Bob's. Getting fit, healthy, and well. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Be Fit by Bob's.
Sussex County, the Otters
5-4 lead for Sussex County as we move to the top of the 7th inning from Bosse Field. Entertaining one on this Thursday night. Series finale, end of a 6-game homestand for the Otters, and it's certainly delivered in terms of entertainment. Edwin Mateo leads things off for Sussex County and takes a first pitch strike on the inner third. James Crick out for his 2nd inning of work. Crick sent the Miners down in order in the 6th. Winds and throws, and Mateo fouls it off. Otters with 2 in the 5th and 1 more in the 6th to cut a 4-run lead down to just 1. Crick winds and throws. Breaking ball outside corner, strike 3 called. Nasty from Crick, 1 away. Mateo left looking. 1 out here in the 7th. So the fastball and the slider and also a changeup from Crick. So far bouncing back well after back-to-back rocky outings, a week off, and he's retired the first 4 minor batters. Johan Harris, righty, stands in and takes a first pitch low.
And Griffin Baker made his way down to the Miners bullpen to have some words with them. Not sure if he's coming out of the game for sure, if he was just kind of having a talk with some pitchers down there.
Harris fouls 1 away, 1-1. You think with the Sussex County bullpen and how good they've been all season, that with a pitcher that appears to be fading and the Otters have figured him out, no reason to bring him back out for a 7th inning. Miners bullpen has not allowed a run against the Otters so far this series as Harris takes low 2-1. Otters got all 3 off Tyler Thornton, the starter for Sussex County on Tuesday, and then all 4 off Cole Davis yesterday. Two 1 home from Crick. Breaking ball well high. Green has to pop out of his crouch, 3-1. Otters have some more action in their bullpen. The Margaritaville jerseys aren't helping my eyesight. Three and 1, look out. It's over the head of Harris and off the backstop. That's a walk to put 1 on with 1 out.
Yeah, Crick was working so well, but just a few pitches there he wasn't able to get on top of.
And Max Peterson is wandering on out to have a word with Crick. The main issue with James Crick the last 2 outings has been the command. And after the walk, that's going to do it for the righty from Michigan. He pitched well, though, retired the first 4 batters, and it'll pave the way for the lefty, Hunter Clucky, coming into the game for the Otters with 1 on and 1 out in the top of the 7th. The Miners lead 5-4. We'll be right back on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Evansville called the bullpen. Hunter Clucky in to pitch. The battery Clucky on the mound. Green behind the plate. It's powered by the Answer Auto Repair. Plunge your battery into the Answer Auto Repair. 2319 North River Road. Rate 12475 9000.
Back in Bosse Field. It's buzzing tonight in front of over 4,000 fans, rooting on their Otters and hoping for a series victory over the Sussex County Miners. These two teams half a game back of first place entering tonight, with 1 on and 1 out in the top of the 7th. The Miners leading 5-4. Evansville turning to the lefty Hunter Clucky, native of Henderson, just across the river in Kentucky. Here from Evansville, Clucky 1.88 ERA on the season in 9 appearances, 10 innings pitched, has allowed just 2 runs and 3 hits all year. Or no, make it 11. I was reading the wrong player stats. He's got 11 appearances on the year, 14 and a third innings pitched. He's allowed 3 earned runs, 12 hits. It's still very impressive.
Yeah, he's been so good, and Peterson decides to go with the lefty-on-lefty matchup here with Stupinski coming to the plate.
Kevin Stupinski, the lefty, who is 1 for 3 today, based it back in the first. Harris at first with 1 out. He was walked by Clucky, who got the first 4 Miners batters retired before the walk. Clucky comes home. Away goes the runner, dropped by Jake Green behind home plate. And Harris has a stolen base at second. It's a great jump by Juwan Harris. Not sure Green would have caught him anyways.
This is a really bold move there to take off on the first movement of a lefty coming out of the pen. You haven't seen their pickoff move yet, but just figures Clucky won't go.
Ball low to Stupinski, 2-0. Otters trailed by 4 runs after a 4-run third for the Miners and a solo home run by Abraham Mao, who's had quite a day in the 5th. But Evansville's clawed back. The 2-0 is high, 3-0. The Otters plating 2 in the 5th on a 2-run home run by Myers, and 1 more in the 6th. Clucky pitching for the 2nd time in this series. The 3-0 home on the outside corner, 3-1. Clucky pitched an inning against the Miners on Tuesday. Allowed just 1 base runner to reach on a walk, 1 strikeout, no runs, no hits. Southpaw fires home. Slider on the outside corner. Back to a full count. Clucky on the left side of the rubber. Black glove sets just above the belt. Small kick and a throw. Swung on and grounded past the first baseman, back into right field. Harris hustling around. The throw home is not in time, and the Miners add to their lead, 6-4. RBI base hit by Gavin Stupinski, his 2nd hit of the game. And Sussex County bouncing back after their lead cut to 1, adding 1 here in the 7th.
It's a big run, too. We likely are about to see the Miners bullpen that's been so tough. Clutch hit by Stupinski, a guy with a lot of experience, played collegiately at UNC Wilmington, and he's been in a few different major league organizations, made his way all the way to Double-A with Kansas City. Big hit there, though.
Oraj Anu, batter swinging away, and fouls the first pitch away. Stupinski at first. Anu has had a great first couple days here at Bosse Field, including a home run on Tuesday, but he's quiet today, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Clucky delivers home. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kick and a throw. It swung on and fouled off the backstop. We've had few games like this at Bosse Field where not fully back and forth in terms of the leads, but teams going tit for tat in innings with multiple runs and a bunch of different innings, back and forth. It's been so pitchers dominant all year here. 1-2, swung on and lofted foul.
Yeah, no doubt. We've had a lot of games that seem to be settled pretty early on in the game, and then we've had a few where teams have come back late, but this certainly has been an entertaining watch for the crowd. Like you said, just trading blows out there and a lot of really tough at-bats against good pitchers. So every hit has been so impressive.
1-2, check swing on a pitch inside. Did not go no, says first base umpire Clark Morgan. 2-2. Twenty of the 35 games the Otters played this season have been decided by 4 runs or more. They have not played in a lot of close games this year, and the Otters have only come back from deficits 4 times all season. Trying to break that tonight. 2-2. Swung on and pumped up into center field. Quiggle coming in, Skinder going out. Quiggle's going to call everyone off and make a jogging catch for the second out. Stupinski back to first. 2 away here in the top of the 7th.
Third baseman,
Brings up Abraham Mao. What a day for the third baseman. 2 for 3, an RBI double, 2 RBI double with 2 outs in the third, a solo home run in the 5th.
Yeah, he's been a solid glove at third base this whole series, and back came to life today. First home run of the season. He's shown some pop.
First pitch to Mao is a strike at the knees. Miners look like they're going to the bullpen in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now a 2-run lead. Clucky kicks and throws. Inside, 1-1 to Mao. Ten hits for Sussex County, 7 hits for Evansville. Pitch is swung on and lofted hard down the left field line, but well fouled. It bounced off a table and goes all the way back actually into the field. That's how hard that ball was hit. Mao is making good contact tonight. Myers has to go over and get it, bring it, throw it back out of play. Sun is set, lights are into full effect. Highly entertaining Thursday evening brawl. 1-2, pulled outside, 2-2. Clucky delivers home. Swung on and fouled off the screen. Now you're right about the long at-bats, and that's what it takes. You're facing the top 2 pitching staffs in the league. Pitchers have certainly won the first 2 days, but the bats are, I'd say, arguably winning today with 10 combined runs, and it's these long, patient at-bats. 2-2. Check swing by Mao on a ball in the dirt. He didn't go around.
Yeah, hits have been hard-earned today, and I don't think either of us necessarily thought we were going to see 17 hits and not even be through halfway of the 7th inning, but there have been some really good at-bats by both sides. You got to give a lot of credit to the hitters today.
Another pitch home, and Mao fouls it away. The pitch before was actually fouled off the end of the bat. It was ruled a foul, so it's still 2-2. There's only 11 combined hits yesterday. 17 already today. Clucky trying to finish Mao. Another long battle between pitcher and batter. Clucky comes home. Mao swings and pokes one into right field. It's down for a base hit. One hopping in front of Baez. Mao has a 3-hit day. He's a triple shy of the cycle. The double in the 3rd, the home run in the 5th, the base hit in the 7th, and he keeps the 7th going with now runners at 1st and 2nd.
How about that? Showing some ability to adapt. His first 2 hits, that home run and the double, both were smoked to left field, but after a really long battle, he catches a pitch on the outside of the plate and drives it the other way.
Juan Santana now swinging away, drives one down the right field line, hooking foul. bouncing along the dirt down the line. Stupinski at second, Mao at first. Juan Santana's had a great day as well. A double in the second, a base hit in the first. Part of a big series for the second baseman. 5 hits this week at Bosse. 0-1. Swung on and fouled straight back. Santana chased one way up in the zone to foul it away. Lucky again, a strike away from getting out of this long top of the 7th. Sussex County has plated 1 to extend the lead to 2. Oh, 2. Swung on and chopped foul to the left of the bat. Lucky kicks and throws. Swung on and a blooper into right. It falls for a base hit. Fielded by Baez. The throw home is a good one, but it bounces off the glove of Green and back to the backstop. Clucky's there to field it, and the Miners add another tally here in the 7th. The lead is 3, 7-4. Juan Santana, his 3rd hit of the game, a bloop base hit into right. Scores Stupinski. Good throw from Baez, but Green couldn't hold on to the baseball.
And another Miner going the other way. We saw him swing at some pitches out of the zone, and Green opts to tell Clucky to elevate another one out of the zone, but Santana just drives it the other way, same as Mao.
Well, Scala stands in and takes a first pitch strike. Mao advanced to 3rd and Santana to 2nd on the throw. How about this from the Miners? 7 runs on 12 hits tonight. A 1 home, a swing and a miss, 0-2. I don't think we could have envisioned this in any game of this series with how good the pitching staffs have been on both sides and both offenses ranking in the bottom half of the league. You never know with the game of baseball. Clucky delivers. Swing and a miss by Escala. 2 come across for Sussex County, though. Abraham Mao and Juan Santana, both with 3 hit days to lead the Miners. Both with RBI base hits, and Sussex County extends the lead to 3. 7-4, we stretch at Bosse on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Nicely done. Let's get some runs. Sussex County called to the bullpen at 12. Matt Still in to pitch. The first is on the mound. Bullpen's behind the plate. Catch your battery is not behind the answer auto repair east. Find your battery needs at the answer auto repair east. 119 North People Road. I'll give them a call 812-475-9000. Tell them sent from the Otters to you. Leading off for the Evansville Otters. The catcher. Number 10, Jake Green.
Bottom of the 7th inning from Bosse Field. A reminder that Frontier League Baseball on Flow Sports is brought to you by Working Distributors Evansville. 7-4, Sussex County leads in a exciting high offensive ball game on this Thursday night. 6 innings complete for Griffin Baker. The day is done for the Miners starter. And Sussex County going to the bullpen with Matt Still making his 9th appearance of the season. He's been lights out. An ERA under 1 as his first pitch to Jake Green is in for a strike. Still a .75 ERA. In 8 appearances, allowed just 1 run, 6 hits, 11 strikeouts in 12 innings. 0-1 home. He is low, 1-1 to Green. Still pitched on Tuesday. Or check that, he hasn't pitched this weekend, or this week here in Bossy. Still takes low, 2-1. Last outing was against Trois-Rivières last Tuesday when he went an inning in a 3rd scoreless. His only run given up was back on June 1st. 2-1 pitch on the inside corner for his strike, 2-2. That call's been there all day by Brad Wilson. Kick and a throw home, swing and a miss by Green. No, foul tip. Just got a piece of it. Jake Green's last time to the plate, 11 pitches he fouled off. Or it was 11 pitch at bat, I should say, in the 5th inning. Before launching a double off the left field wall, Noah Myers would follow with a 2-run home run. 2-2 home. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Matt Still paints the plate. The Otters, the 10th time they've struck out today.
Yeah, Still another really good arm out of the Miners bullpen, painting a corner there, and it's tough to get some runs against this Miners bullpen, and tall task ahead of the Otters if they want to put 3 more across to tie this game up, or 4 if they're going to win.
Noah Myers, top of the order for the Otters. Lefty batter takes the first pitch low. 1 out and nobody on. Otters bullpen with the best ERA in the league, 1.22, and a walk-sits innings pitch below 1, 0.81. 1-0 to Myers, swung on and ripped into right field. This ball is way out of here. Holy moly, Noah Myers destroys a baseball all the way out of the ballpark and out onto Heidelbach. A 2-home run day for Myers, and the solo blast cuts into the deficit, back to 2.
We saw Myers go opposite field in the 5th inning with his last home run, but gets out in front of this one, and where we traditionally see most of his power down the right field line, absolutely gets every bit of that baseball.
400 feet on the button out of the ballpark. Just the 2nd runoff Still all year. The Otters only wish that there were some runners on base. Ethan Skinder, the batter, took a first pitch up and high and takes the second pitch high for a ball, 2-0. 2-home run day for Myers. He now has 6 homers on the season. Just destroyed that baseball. Still comes home, and it's outside 3-0 to Skinder. I always wonder how a pitcher reacts. Still hasn't allowed a home run all year.
Yeah, a guy who paints the corners a lot. He just left one over the plate there for Myers and maybe second-guessing himself a little.
3-0 catches the inside corner, 3 balls and 1 strike. It's the first multi-home run game for an Otters player not named Jeffrey Baez, with the 2 by Noah Myers today. 3-1, a check swing that Skinder couldn't hold up on a pitch up in the zone, and a full count.
And a really good hitter's count there for Skinder. If you're going to take a hack at 3-1, you want to be sure of it, but Skinder just a little check swing and see if he can battle here with a full count.
Payoff pitch coming to Ethan Skinder. Still shaking off a couple signs from Lopez. Now likes what he sees. Sets at the belt. Kicks and throws. It's strike 3 at the knees. Skinder knew it too. Well, sandwiched around the home run. 2 strikeouts looking for Still. And the big help of the 2-run 7th inning for the Miners is 1 run. Only cuts into the lead. The Otters still looking for 2 more as Dakota Phillips comes to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Phillips a RBI double back in the first. He's 1 for 3 today. Lefty to face the ready pitcher Still. First home to Phillips is low for a ball, 1-0. So hard to come back against Sussex County with how incredible their bullpen's been all year. 1-0 to Phillips is high, 2-0. Thanks to the voice of the Miners, Brett, for the numbers on the Sussex County bullpen. Sussex County, the top ERA in the league at 2.59 entering the series. The Otters right behind at 3.12. But it's been the bats that have won today. The 2-0 is low, 3-0.
Yeah, in a game that both teams wanted to win, they knew the bats would have to show up, and who would have thought an offensive explosion here on a thirsty Thursday.
Plenty of entertainment for the big crowd. 3-0 to Phillips is inside. He was nearly hit. A 4-pitch walk to Dakota. A runner aboard with 2 outs, and Jeffrey Baez to the plate. Baez has been awfully quiet this series. 2 strikeouts today, 0 for 3. He's now 0 for 9 on this series. He was ejected back on Tuesday, arguing balls and strikes with Clark Morgan at home. Has great pop, though, 9 home runs, and he's the tying run. First home to Baez. He takes a strike on the hands.
And looking to break out of a little bit of a slump. He's been a streaky hitter, like you said, but chance to come up big here.
0-1 is low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Baez. Miners 7. Otters 5. Bottom of the 7th with 2 outs and 1 on. 12 combined runs and 20 combined hits today. 1-1 is low. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jeffrey Baez. Still working out of the stretch. Sets at the back belt. Takes a big deep breath. Kicks and throws. Outside, 3-1.
Here we go, a good hitter's count for Jeffrey Baez. You're facing a new arm you haven't seen yet. Make sure you get your pitch here, but if you're gonna take a hack, you wanna get your money's worth.
Still delivers home. Baez fouls it back. Pitch right down the middle of the zone, but Baez missed it.
That's right, got one right down Broadway. Put a good swing on it. That's all you can ask there with 3-1 now. Time to bear down and battle. We've seen so many batters do it today.
Another full count. We've had a gazillion of them this evening. Excellent battles and patience by both teams' hitters all evening. Payoff from Still. Oh, he bounced it in the dirt. Trying to throw a little too hard from Matt Still. He walks Baez, back-to-back walks, and the Otters have 2 on with 2 out, and Kona Quiggle, who's had a great series, coming to the plate. Now comes the Miners pitching coach, Mark Papas, to have a word with Still.
Yeah, they've been the 2-out Otters this year, and Kona Quiggle, 4 hits on the series. Facing a righty here, chance for him to get away from lefty on lefty matchups. Sure, it's a welcomed sight for Kona.
And a pitcher still with so much success. Gives up his first home run of the year, his second run of the season. And now struggling with his command. Remember, he fell behind Ethan Skinder. Worked his way back for a strikeout, but now back-to-back walks to Dakota Phillips and Jeffrey Baez. Quiggle today's 1 for 2, a base hit back in the 4th and a walk in the 6th. He's the go-ahead run with the tying run at first and Baez. Hit peaks back at second, kicks and throws. Quiggle takes the first pitch, strike at the knees.
And you said it best, Griffin. You give up your first home run of the season. You never know how a pitcher's going to bounce back from that, and certainly looks like he's been second-guessing himself.
It twirls home. Quiggle swings, grounds one hard right to the first baseman. Santana gloves it and steps on first for the outs. Quiggle with good contact, but hit it to the wrong place right at the Miners' first baseman. The Miners get out of the jam in the 7th. The Otters get 1 back on the solo home run by Myers, but it's 7-5. Sussex County through 7 on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Evansville call the bullpen. Tyler Vale in to pitch. The battery Vale is on the mound behind the plate. The battery powered by the Extra Auto here at East, 2319 North River Road, 812-475-9000. Till then, same from the Otters, say to you. Otters are on the road this weekend, but back at Bossy Field for a Fifth Third Family Night on Tuesday, 1st to 3. Tickets at EvansvilleOtters.com. The catcher, 8, Elvis Lopez.
Welcome back to Bossy Field. The top of the 8th inning, 7-5 lead for the Miners over the Otters. Evansville hits the road to take on Florence this weekend, then back home against Gateway. The Miners continue their 9-game road trip. They're at Schaumburg before traveling up north to Ottawa. New pitcher is Tyler Vale for the Otters to face Elvis Lopez here on the top of the 8th. 7-5 lead for Sussex County. Swing and a miss by Lopez. 1-1 count. Vale, the all-time strikeouts leader for the Otters. Veteran in his 6th season here at Bossy Field. Just his 7th appearance of the year. 7 2/3 innings worked. A 2.35 ERA. 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. Contact pitcher. 1-1. Breaking ball on the inner half. 1-2. Vale has not pitched in nearly 2 weeks. since June 11th against Schaumburg.
That's right, was really good in that outing. A little 1-2-3 inning.
1-2. Swung on by Lopez, right to Khalil at short. It reaches up the glove and makes the snag, 1 out. It's really been how deep the Otters bullpen has been. Vail has not been used and not been needed. Starters have been so good for the Otters, going 6-7, and the Otters bullpen has had plenty of success. There's just not a lot of room over the last couple weeks for Otters bullpen to get very much use. So 1 out and Will Zimmerman to the plate. Zimmerman takes the first pitch strike on the inside corner. It's turning into a long and late night here at Bosse Field, and some fans, I guess, they've had enough drinks tonight. 1-1 to Zimmerman. Inside 1-1. They've seen certainly their fair share of runs, more runs than we've seen in almost any game here at Bosse Field all year. Vail comes home. Swing and a miss by Zimmerman, 1-2. It has given fans more time to auction the Margaritaville jerseys off that the Otters players are wearing. 1-2. Swing and a miss by Zimmerman. A pitch out of the zone. Nasty stuff from Tyler Vail, adding to his all-time strikeout totals here with Evansville.
Yeah, 2 really good pitches there. Just fell away from Zimmerman, and Tyler Vail showing us why he's the all-time strikeout leader.
Edwin Mateo, top of the order, comes to the plate here in the top of the 8th. 7-5 Miners lead with 2 outs. Vail comes home. Mateo swings at the first pitch and pops it up into shallow left. Going out is Khalil. He's going to reach back and make the catch. Oh, a tough play for Khalil, but he called off Noah Myers, the left fielder, right behind him. And Vail sends the Miners down in order in the top of the 8th. We're going to stay on the air here. It's the last game of a 6-game home series. Homestand, we thought we'd give you a treat. The Legends of Bosse Field race. F.J. Wrights, William Henry Harrison, and Benjamin Bosse going at it in a sprint. It's William Henry Harrison out to an early lead. Around the side is F.J. Wrights. Harrison with an early lead. Now they're stride for stride. Oh my goodness. There goes Benjamin Bosse. He's in the clear, but Wrights on the left side. It's Bosse. He wins. No, it's Wrights. Oh, what a race. F.J. Wrights wins his 3rd straight race. Bosse with quite a surge after Harrison took the lead. Lucas, that was one of the better races we've had all year.
It certainly was, and our very own cameraman, John L. Smith, was actually Benjamin Bosse right there, if I'm not mistaken, but comes up just short.
How about that? He was directing the show, and then he nearly won the Legends of Bosse Field race. That was a thriller, but wow. What a series for F.J. Wrights. He sweeps the series, wins all 3. William Henry Harrison had won 4 races in a row, and John Smith cannot break the curse of Benjamin Bosse, who has only won 4 races. Since F.J. Wrights returned off the IL, Benjamin Bosse has not won a race.
Yeah, but it was a good series of 3 races we had here at Bosse Field this week. We've had a lot of blowouts throughout the year. We even had one where 2 contestants held hands. We won't get into that. But 3 really competitive races, and what a week for F.J. Wrights.
Well, an exciting Legends of Evansville race here at Bosse Field, but back to the good action on the field. A 7-5 lead for Sussex County here in the bottom of the 8th. 6 more outs needed for a Miners series victory here at Bosse Field. Only 2 teams have won a series here in Evansville. Otters still a chance to come back. Jomar Reyes will lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th. The Miners back to the bullpen as they bring in Ronnie Vocalo for the first time in this series. New Jersey righty native to face the middle of the lineup for the Otters, starting off with Reyes. who had a double his last plate appearance, 1 for 3, kicking a throw and a first pitch high. 10 appearances on the season for the righty, Vocolo. .75 ERA, 1-0 pitches, high 2-0. I mean, the numbers by so many guys in the Sussex bullpen are just incredible.
Yeah, you see some zeros on the stat line in the ERA column for a handful of pitchers, and Vocolo, one of those guys, he's been lights out.
2-0 from Vocolo is on the inside corner for a strike. 2-1 to Reyes. Just 1 run allowed by the righty from Trenton, New Jersey. 10 appearances, has a save, 20 strikeouts in 12 innings. 2-1, swing and a miss by Reyes. A fastball blown by him. 92. Otters have 8 hits and 5 runs today, but they trail 7-5 here in the bottom of the 8th. Throw home is a jam shot by Reyes, foul right side. 4,069 fans here at Bosse Field. A terrific crowd on this Thursday night. Has had plenty of entertainment. Otters looking for their biggest comeback of this season. They trailed by as many as 4. The 2-2 outside corner, strike 3 called. Reyes goes down looking.
Vocolo paints a corner there. We saw him run a few pitches inside on Reyes and then goes to the outside corner, showing us why he's been a strikeout machine here in 2023.
Brings up George Khalil. He is 1 for 3 today, a double back in the 6th. Khalil moved up to the 7th spot today, the highest he's batted all year. Certainly playing his best baseball of the season. First pitch home, Khalil takes high. Khalil has 9 hits in his last 11 games. That's nearly half of his hits all season coming in the last 10. 1-0 from Vocolo is a strike. 1-1. Otters trail by 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Series on the line. Vocolo deals inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Gateway and Schaumburg have both won tonight, so the Otters will, even with a win, not take the lead in the Frontier League West. 2-1 home, swung on and fouled off the knee of the catcher Lopez. Is being checked on by Brad Wilson, making sure he's all right. New Jersey won a shootout with Empire State in Patterson, 10-8. So Sussex County will also not be able to overtake the Jackals in the Frontier League East standings. And some crazy numbers put up on the board tonight.
Yeah, that one may be a little more expected. 2 teams with a lot of offense and they're at Hinchliffe Stadium, so.
4 teams, though, have scored double-digit runs tonight. Not sure we're going to get here at Bosse, but had certainly plenty of our own. Is pitch taken high by Khalil. Full count. Even Ottawa and Windy City, they played 9 innings and did not score a run. They go into the 10th inning. Windy City scored 3 in the 10th, and Ottawa scored 5 in the bottom half of the inning to walk it off. Payoff outside to Khalil. The Otters have a runner aboard, and that brings the tying run to the plate in the Evansville native Aaron Beck. Beck 0 for 3 today. Has 3 hits on his young career. Debuted for the Otters just last Sunday after starting the year on the IL. Lefty batter to face the righty Vocolo. My set winds and throws. Pitch is high. Just 5 walks and 12 innings pitched for the righty, but a walk to Khalil and a first pitch ball now to Beck. Vocalo deals, swing and a miss by Beck. He tried to tie the game up with one swing.
Yeah, and it's a small sample size, but Beck, a left-handed hitter who hasn't looked all that comfortable against left-handed pitching, but back against a righty here and a big opportunity for the Evansville native.
Step up by Vocalo. He bounces a ball to first, and Santana, good job scooping it off the mound before rubbing the glove up in the face of Khalil to make sure he was on the bag. Aaron Beck, the game-tying run here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 92 up in the zone. Beck's gonna call time. Otters have not won a game when trailing after the 7th or 8th innings this season. Trailed by as much as 4 tonight, cut the lead to 1, but Sussex County got 2 big runs in the top of the 7th to help bring out the lead. Vocalo flutters the glove, pauses, and comes home. Beck fouls it away.
Saw Beck call time and gather himself after those first 2 pitches. He chased 2 up out of the zone, and he's a guy who likes to hit pitches that are high. It's where a couple of his hits that we've seen have been were up in the zone, but knows he doesn't need to chase all that high. Fouls another one off that's up in the zone there, though.
Vocalo delivers. Beck swings and grounds one through the whole right side into right field. 4th base hit of the young career of Aaron Beck couldn't come at a bigger time. In the bottom of the 8th, there's 2 on with 1 out. Jake Green coming to the plate, and Noah Myers, who has 2 home runs today, on deck.
There it is, another elevated fastball. This one up and in, and that's 3 hits for Aaron Beck on pitches that are pretty high in the zone. Once again, keeps his hands up, turns on an inside pitch, and Otters are in business here.
Jake Green, 1 for 3 today. Ready batter. Already pitcher Vocalo. Peeks back at second. Delivers home. It's high to Green, 1-0. Green has struck out looking twice, but an 11-pitch at bat in the 5th at double really kick-started the Otters rally after they had just 2 hits through the first 4 innings. The 1-0 home. Beautiful breaking ball into the zone, 1-1. That's great stuff with the 92, 93 mile per hour fastball, and then bringing it all the way down to 75 and dropping a pitch into the top of the zone. Vocalo peeking back at second. High kick and a throw, low and in the left-handed batter's box. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Good point, Griffin. That's about the biggest drop-off in velocity we've seen out of any pitcher in the Frontier League between their fastball and their breaking ball. Almost a 20 mile an hour difference. That'll throw you off.
Swung on and fouled away right side, 2-2. Everyone in the ballpark's well aware of who lurks after Jake Green. Noah Myers has had a special night. He's on deck. 2 home runs in his last 2 plate appearances. 2-2 count to Green. Glow comes home. It's outside and a full count.
Another good at-bat by Green here. This really all started back in the 5th inning when Green went 11 pitches deep into an out count at bat before blasting a ball off the wall in left field for a double, and just been a staple of the Otters tonight, being tough at the plate.
Biggest pitch of the ball game. It is low for ball 4. Jake Green works a walk, and the bases are loaded for Noah Myers. Khalil at third, he worked a walk. Beck poked a base hit through the right side for base hit. Jake Green works a walk, and now Noah Myers, back-to-back home runs, comes to the plate with the bases juiced. Quick meeting at the mound. Elvis Lopez chatting with Vocalo, trying to calm him down and hopefully talk through their strategy here with Noah Myers at the plate.
Yeah, looks like we'll probably have the corners playing in for the Miners, but Vocalo, a guy who only had 5 walks on the year before coming into this game, now has 2 here in this 8th inning.
Miners bullpen is quiet as Vocalo sets to face the lefty Noah Myers. A 2-home run game already. Vocalo comes home. Myers takes the first pitch strike. Otters trail by 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. 1 out and the bases loaded. Vocalo sets at the belt, softly rocking back and forth. Toes the rubber. Peeks over, comes home, pitch inside, 1-1. Vocalo kicks and throws. Myers fouls it off the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the hottest hitter in the ballpark. Vocalo wants a new ball. Toss that one into the dugout, and Brad Wilson's going to go throw him out a fresh baseball. It's been hard work for the righty. 2 walks and a base hit after he struck out the first batter of the inning. Can Myers provide some Bossy Field magic tonight? The 1-2, fouled away left side. Myers is a good guy to have at the plate too here for the Otters, at least bringing home a run. Not a guy who strikes out a lot as the leadoff batter.
Yeah, he's been such a good leadoff batter this year. Goes deep into counts, doesn't strike out a lot, and normally will give you a really productive at-bat.
Vocalo delivers. It's bouncing in the dirt. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two of the top teams in the Frontier League, the top 2 pitching staffs of the Frontier League, yet it is the bats tonight that have won over. Can the Otters complete the comeback? Vocalo sets and delivers. Outside a full count. Oh, what a gutsy take from Myers.
Yeah, he will take some pitches that are close. He's usually right, though. He's got a great eye. He's very selective. You heard a collective sigh of relief from a packed Bossy Field there when Brad Wilson didn't ring him up.
Nowhere to put him. Full count, bases loaded. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Otters trail by 2. Vocalo delivers. It's strike 3 called. Myers distraught as he walks back to the dugout. A pitch that, according to Yakertek, was outside. And the Otters coaches are not too happy right now with home plate umpire Brad Wilson. The second out of the inning, the base is still loaded, and now it's Ethan Skinder. First pitch home, Skinder swings and pops it up right side. over as the first baseman, Santanon, makes the catch in foul territory. The Otters strand the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Sussex County leads by 2 as we go to the 9th on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports. To the 9th inning from Evansville. 7-5 lead for Sussex County over Evansville. What a thrilling ball game we've had tonight as we go deep into the Thursday night. 12 runs put up, a combined 21 hits from the two sides, and a close ball game here into the 9th inning. Tyler Vail out to work the top of the 9th and try to keep it a 2-run ball game. First pitch taken for a strike by Jawan Harris. Otters had the bases loaded with a 1 out in the 8th. There's the 0-1. Harris checks his swing, went around. 0-2. Otters had the bases loaded after 2 walks and a base hit. Myers worked a full count, and a pitch that was, according to Yakertek, both a little bit outside and a little bit low, was called strike 3 by Brad Wilson, the home plate umpire. It's a tough job. It's a very tough job. But a tough call to go against the Otters. Swing and a miss by Harris, and there's 1 away. Vail has retired the first 4 batters he's seen. Evansville will send the heart of the order to the plate in the 9th. 3, 4, 5, Phillips, Baez, and Quiggle. Stupinski, the lefty, comes to the plate with 1 out and nobody on here in the top of the 9th. Eventful game here. It's been a big sports night tonight. NBA draft, College World Series. Gavin Stupinski takes the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. I think we might have had a lot of scoring tonight in the Frontier League because there was no scoring in the winner-take-all game to go to the championship series in the College World Series tonight. Stupinski takes outside 2-0. Nobody scored for the first 10 innings against LSU and Wake Forest before a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 11th for LSU. They'll play Florida this weekend in the championship series. That should be a lot of fun between the top 2 teams in the SEC as Stupinski takes a strike, 2-1.
For a large part of the season, looked like there was going to be almost no way that Wake Forest wouldn't have been in that final series.
They've been so good. LSU's been great too, though. That was a great 3 games between those two. Stupinski grounds 1 to short. Khalil throws to first, and there's 2 away. NBA draft as well. There's a couple of Hoosiers expected to be taken. Lucas, how many Boilers are expected to be taken tonight?
Focus on academics over there. But Jalen Hood-Schifino was taken by, I believe, the LA Lakers.
He was just taken.
I think so.
Okay. IU's star point guard, Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Oraj Anu, left fielder, comes to the plate. 2 outs and nobody on here on the top of the 9th. First pitch to Anu, a swing and a miss, 0-1. Trace Jackson Davis, the Hoosiers' other star, expected to go later in the night. And Purdue will not have anyone drafted this year. 0-1 to Anu, outside 1-1. Now Zach Edey did take a look at his prospects of going to the draft and probably would have been drafted, but elected to come back for another year. Vale comes home. Anu fouls it away, 1-2. Vale can work 6 up, 6 down to get us to the bottom of the 9th and give the Otters one final chance at a comeback victory.
Yeah, this is about as competent as I've seen Tyler Vale on the mound. Mentioned went 1-2-3 in his last outing against Schaumburg. Had quite the wait before stepping back out on the mound again, but he's been automatic tonight.
1-2 outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Otters are really going to look back if they don't win this game at the top of the 7th inning, as Harris was walked, stole second, the 2-2, swing and a miss by Anu, and that's out number 3. But anyways, in that 7th, Stupinski would get a base hit, and then Mao and Santana would both get hits as well, and 2 runs ended up coming across, and that's the difference right now in this ball game. So bottom of the 9th, one last chance for the Otters. They bring Phillips, Baez, Quiggle, heart of the order to the plate. Trail by 2 on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
14-2. New Jersey beats Empire State 10-8. Schaumburg downs Lake Erie. That's a final 15-3. A final 10 innings. K-Back beats Tri-City 6-5. A final in Canada with New York beating Three Rivers 13-8. And one more final. Washington beats Joliet 1-0. Zimmerman moves to left with 9 Gomez at second base. Robbie hits to pitch the battery. It is on the mound. Lopez. Behind the plate, the stretch of battery is powered by the Answer Auto Repair East, 2319 North Campbell Road, 812-475-9000. Tell them the same from the Otters send you. Major League Baseball scores for you. The Diamondbacks beat the Nationals 5-3. Braves beat the Phillies 5-1. Cleveland beat Oakland 6-1. Twins shutting out the Red Sox 6-0. The Padres shutting out the Giants.
Bottom of the 9th inning from Bosse Field. 7-5 lead for Sussex County over Evansville here on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Certainly enjoy this one tonight. Hope you have as well. Robbie hit in for the save here in the bottom of the 9th inning for Sussex County. He earned the save on Tuesday night here at Bosse Field in the bottom of the 10th inning, getting the last 3 outs. He'll try to do the same again today. Hasn't given up an earned run on the season, a perfect ERA in 10 appearances, 9 2/3, 4 saves to lead the Miners, 11 strikeouts to just 1 walk on the season. He has been lights out. Dakota Phillips leads off and fouls the first pitch away.
Overhead foul ball brought to you by Hess Construction. Sections 2 and 3. Choose the best.
Phillips today, 2 for 3. Double back in the first, a walk in the 7th. A 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. It was terrific in the bottom of the 10th on Tuesday night. Hit 1 batter, but otherwise sent the Otters down in order with ease. 0-2. Outside, 1-2.
Yeah, he was, and we talked about in his performance that night, a little bit of a weird delivery. He stays pretty upright, comes pretty sidearm delivery, and then he falls off towards first base off the mound.
1-2 is grounded foul. Otters stranded the bases loaded in the 8th inning. Couldn't score in the 8th after 3 straight innings with a run. 1 and 2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hit delivers. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Breaking ball on the outside of the zone was again outside according to Yakertek. That's strike 3 called by Brad Wilson, and there's 1 away.
Number 33, Jeffrey Baez.
Brings up Jeffrey Baez with 1 out and nobody on. Otters down to their last 2 outs, trailing 7-5. Sussex County to win their 9th series of the year. They're 8-1 in 3-game series. Hit comes home. Baez swings up the middle over as the second baseman Zimmerman throws to first in time, 2 away. And Kona Quiggle is the last hope for the Otters.
Center fielder, number 19, Kona Quiggle.
Quiggle, 1 for 3 today. Based it in the 4th, a walk in the 6th, and came around to score. Hit and out away from no hits in his outing and a save. Quiggle swings at the first pitch, lines it into left, to base hit. 1 ups in front of the left fielder, and there's 1 aboard for the Otters, and Jomar Reyes comes to the plate as the tying run. Life for Evansville. And Zimmerman out in left field as the Miners made some defensive substitutions. Zimmerman in left. Gomez is at second now. Those are the changes in the field for the Miners. So now it's Jomar Reyes, righty batter, taking all the way, a first pitch strike. Reyes, 1 for 4 today, a double back in the 6th. 2 home runs on the season. The 0-1 is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Leads the Otters in batting average, leads them in hits. Can he play hero ball? 1-1. Swung on as soft chopper. Charging out is the third baseman Mao. Gloves it, throw to first in time for the 3rd out. And the Miners take the series here in Bosse Field, 7-5. An entertaining ball game tonight here in the River City. It took nearly 3 hours in front of 4,069. But the Sussex County Miners go to 9-1 in 3-game series this year and 23-12 overall with an impressive 7-5 victory over the Otters.
Yeah, the Miners' 4th series in a row now that they've won, and an offensive explosion here in Game 3 between 2 teams who are known for their pitching, the top 2 staffs in the Frontier League, and we get 22 hits on the night. Otters tried to mount a comeback unlike one they've seen this year and come up just short. A few missed opportunities. I know you said things kind of look like they just go back to that 7th inning for the Otters. James Crick walks a guy with 2 outs, and then, was it with 2 outs?
No.
It was not. It was
1
not.
out.
It was 1 out. He walks the guy and comes out. Hunter Clucky goes in, and a little uncharacteristic, gives up 3 hits, but ends up being the difference as the Otters come up 2 runs short. But tough situation. You leave 10 more runners on base. A lot of offense, but talked about it. It was an issue for the Otters in Game 1. They left 11 on base on Tuesday night, leave 10 on base tonight. It's just tough. You know, you got to find that final product and get those runners over and in. You get a tough call for Noah Myers, strikes out looking on a ball pretty far out of the zone, but you can't pinpoint it down to any one single play. Either way you want to put it, it was a hard-fought ball game, and it was an entertaining watch for this big crowd.
Certainly neither pitching staff was like themselves tonight. Otters give up 12 hits. That's the most hits they've given up in any game this season, and 7 runs scored by Sussex County. That is the third most the Otters have given up in any game this year. So the Miners were terrific at the plate today. But yeah, I thought those 2 runs in the 7th inning really felt like they stalled momentum for the Otters, who scored the 2 in the 5th and then added another in the 6th on Myers' home run to make it on a double, I should say, by Reyes to make it a 1-run game. Reyes was thrown at the plate, which could have tied the game, and then the 2 runs by the Miners in the 7th just made it a much more difficult comeback for the Otters. They had the chance in the 8th with the bases loaded, but could not convert. So Evansville falls to 21-15, and the Miners improved to 23-12. Sussex County wins the series in the team's only meeting this season. Otters heading to Florence this weekend. Sussex County will head to Schaumburg. Lucas, your final thoughts. What do you want to see from the Otters this weekend as their first matchup against the Yalls?
Yeah, I think you look at past couple series, the hits have been there at times. You just want to put it all together and not leave so many runners on base. I thought Tyler Vale looked really good tonight. It'll be interesting to see if we see him out of the bullpen in Florence. He went a while without making an appearance, but it was really good for a couple guys. George Khalil, for example, guy whose bat really came to life. Noah Myers, I mean, all things considered, we didn't talk about it a whole lot, but he had 2 home runs tonight, and a few other guys whose bats just kind of came to life here in this homestand. Dakota Phillips, another guy that comes to mind, but just see if you can get some more consistent hitting up and down the lineup and not just have these nights where you have a guy here and a guy there have a hot night. You really want to put it all together, and that's when the Otters are at their best. Like I said, when the hitting is contagious. I really liked Jake Green going back to the 5th inning. That at-bat where he just battled so deep in the count, fouled a lot of pitches off, went 11 pitches deep, and hit a double off the wall. That was a big turning point in this game. It was just, the Otters, a team who haven't been able to come back in games this year. It was kind of a statement, like, here we go, guys. And I thought that was a really big moment. So, Otters will put this behind them, and it'll be interesting to see a good matchup ahead in Florence.
Close, but no comeback tonight for the Otters as Sussex County continues to be successful this season, half game back of the best record in the Frontier League. Well, that does it for our entire crew tonight and this whole 6-game homestand. Big shout out to all of our Evansville Otters Digital Network camera crews, our 2 directors tonight, Michael Rest and John L. Smith, who had a very good race in the big head race tonight, but couldn't pull out the victory. My partner, Lucas Donauer, have a great weekend in Nashville. And I'm Griffin Epstein. I'll talk to you from Florence tomorrow night. We'll be on the air at 6 p.m. Eastern, only on the Evansville Otters Digital Network this weekend. Final score again, Sussex County 5, Evansville 5. Good night from the River City.